Welcome to LoganRobo's channel, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and on youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Tonight's game is Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit. This evening, the fate of Kay Faraday hangs in the balance. But don't worry, even if she goes to jail, attorneys in this universe are magnets for weird teenage girl sidekicks. Thanks for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream. And we are live! How is everybody doing? My voice is not the best today. I apologize for those who saw Tuesday's stream was canceled. I got sick again for the 4th time in 6 months. It's not fair. It's not fair. I'm feeling a lot better today, though. I do have a pretty bad cough, so you might have to see me muting and occasionally coughing, but I'll try to make it as not gross as possible. But how are y'all doing? I see Bumbo's here bright and early going, boo, ah! Says, seems there's a spooky ghost in the chat. That's right, Bumbo. You were haunting the void. It's been a while since we've had a void haunted. How you doing, Bumbo? Gallop says, my mom is in the hospital. Oh yeah, I saw your post on Discord. Right before I went live, I replied to it there. It says, she called me on Wednesday. She thought she was having a stroke. The ambulance crew thinks it's low blood sugar, but she was taking the stroke unit as a precaution. She has right-sided pneumonia. Her blood sugars was low. I'm so sorry to hear that, Gal. I mentioned this before on stream, but my dad was a stroke victim, so I know how scary that can be, even if it hopefully turns out that she doesn't have a stroke. But still, I hope she's okay, and hope that she recovers well from her pneumonia, because that's nothing to sneer at. I think pneumonia is that's what took Jim Henson, right? So I'm glad that she's getting the medical attention that she needs. Hopefully they'll get her on some medicine, get her taken care of, and I hope she makes speedy recovery. So Gallop, our thoughts are with you and your mom. Lesbian Wolf says hi. Hi, Lesbian Wolf, how you doing? Kim says, Streamly, check and remember to hydrate and have fun stream. I will. In fact, I hydrate with my cherry 7-Up that I always drink when I'm feeling sick. How you doing, Kim? I'm assuming you need to get sleep right away. But it's so nice you always to pop in and say hi before you do that, Kim. You're awesome. Hang on. There we go. I don't know if drinking soda really counts as full hydration, but it certainly feels nice. But how are all of you, Bumbo? I mean, Gallop, other than your mom, obviously. Lesbian Wolf, Kim, how are all of you? Lesbian Wolf says, Gallop, hope your mom recovers. And there's Raz, says, uh-oh, scary ghost. I know Bumbo is you can tell Bumbo is a scary ghost because Bumbo said boo. Like, all the scariest words start with boo. Booze, because that leads to alcoholism and drunk driving and just bad choices. Boobs, because even though they're awesome, the hoops you have to jump through to ever experience them are scary. But Unrat says, please don't spook me. My heart can't take it. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So, where we left off last time, we were in the middle of the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence's hearing for Edgeworth, and we finally found discrepancy that the autopsy report, the preliminary findings given by this lady here, Hilda Hertz, had said that the wound to the head of Rosie Ringer was post-mortem. But now we're finding that no, that probably happened before she died of the stab wound or whatever. Anyway, and so that's what this testimony is about, to see if anything was changed. We're being intentionally vague with her about it, because you don't want to lead the witness. You don't want to say, hey, was it really this? Because if she did falsify the report under duress, you don't want her to realize oh, I need to cover her for this, you know? Galp says, thanks. Low blood sugar gives the same type of symptoms as a stroke. That I did not know. I know that low blood sugar, isn't that also a symptom of diabetes? Like one of the types? I know that blood sugar is all over the place with that, but once again, Gallup, I hope she gets feeling better. But how are all of you, like I said, other than that, with the pa-pa-pa?
LoganRobo may be lonely, but he's friendly. Expect emotional depth and unsolicited kindness. Emotional discretion advised.
Well, thank you very much, Ruka, for the 10 bits. Thank you for I mean, just all around nice things to say. How are you doing, Rukov? I don't know if you need to get to sleep soon, but it's good to have you here for at least a little bit. And that means we have a mod here now. So no purging. No stabbing me. Not at the moment, anyway. But also, you guys will be glad to know that I was good and I remembered to update the schedule command. So we are on the ball with that. Anyway, let's play some game. And once again, I'll try not to cough quite so much. I especially hope I won't accidentally mute at the wrong time like I did that one metaphor stream. No way, there's a mistake in Grandma's report, not ever. Okay, so it's a green, which means we've already read this, so we can start pressing every statement, and then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna present evidence to.
Hold it!
Hold it! Never? You're saying that Dr. Hertz is infallible? Well, she has to be. The doctor can't afford to make mistakes. Yeah, that's why malpractice is apparently just not a thing. Even a veteran like Grandma would be out of a job if she messed up even once. Oh, how I wish that was true. There's no way she, of all people, would. Oh, I'm sorry. No, she is misdiagnosed and killed a lot of patients. Oh, I did not realize there was so much negligence. Oh, I got a whole hospital relying on me. Might be you can bungle your work and survive, mister, but I can't. I've been dealing with the dead longer than you've been alive, Sonny Jim. Please respond to son being called Sonny Jim. Ah, darn it.
Hey, Big Magic Daddy. Hilda, take your boo. Boo's out.
Wait, boo. Oh, boo. B. There we go. Took me a second there. I wasn't sure what I was supposed to scream at. How you doing, Oak? Thank you for the 10 bits. By the way, on any boos, because of my cold that I've got, any panic or fear or screams may sound a little feeble. But how you doing? Oh, good to see you here. Actually, I know I was just in the chat. I just barely like 2 minutes ago started playing. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat. But thank you again, Oak. Let's see. Lesbian Wolf says, I'm okay. Got to see my neurologist the other day, and he's trying to get me melatonin, which is exciting. Isn't that to help you sleep well? I don't know. I always get melatonin and melanin mixed up. I think melatonin is the one that makes you sleep well, and maybe has something about anti-allergens, and melanin is like in skin pigment, right? Rast says, I feel for your crush. My extended family has been going through it. They had an uncle get cancer. His wife passed away the day after we found out, and a younger uncle was in the hospital. Yeah, and this is like, it's been a rough couple of years. I know people I know and in my family for illnesses and things like that. So, oof. Yeah, everybody make sure that you're sending good thoughts Gal Crush's way, huh?
Roll calls is going now. May the purge begin. Sprays candy, corn scented candle on Logan's pillow.
No! That's where I sleep. I don't want to smell like candy corn. But thank you so much, Rukov, for the beef long at TTS. Get some sleep. Rest up. I'm sure that you need it. You're awesome, Rukov. And I don't see Nora. Nora probably won't be here for a while because she said on Discord she's got like a band concert performance tonight. So I feel like she's the stabbiest. So I don't think anybody's going to stab me. I think I'm safe for now. But sleep well, Rukov. And also, as you guys may be able to tell, my energy may be a little bit slower paced tonight because of my cold. I hope that's okay. Oh, and I see we got a couple people over on YouTube. Opinions says, hi, I'm sick, you too? This is the 4th time I've gotten sick in like 6 months. I'm sorry, Opinion. Hope you get feeling better. Huh?
Stabs Logan. Bo.
Spurt, spurt, spurt. I don't know why the blood spurting just looks like fingers, but it does spurt, spurt. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Oak. And you know, since it's Purge, I can't be mad at you. You're allowed to do that. How are you doing, by the way, Oak? Over on YouTube, Valtube says, Opinion get well. Opinion says, thank you. Cold gang, my nose. For me, it's in my chest. Other than this cough, I don't really even feel bad. I mean, the first day I had it, which is like on Tuesday, I had a really bad fever that night. And then other than that, I'm just coughing up along. But other than that, I feel good. So hopefully, knock on wood, it doesn't get worse. But good to have you here. Other than that, I hope you're doing well, Opinion. Good to see you, Valtube. Valtube, thank you for replying to the, wait, who was it? Because it was you? I had like two replies from community members on my YouTube post to let everybody know there's no stream on Tuesday, and I appreciate that. Let's see. Lesbian Wolf said, people tend to be diagnosed with diabetes due to dangerously low blood sugar, which is why you might be thinking, okay, that's probably why then. Gallop Crush said, my mom did have cancer scare in 2017, But wait, but it was a malignant. Wait, no, malignant is the bad kind. Benign is the good. It was malignant? I'm so sorry, Gallop. Gallop says, Mom has type 2 diabetes. Oh my gosh, I hope she gets better soon, Gallop. And Oak says, feeble Logan. He is weakened. Yes, even my cold and my stab wound. I should play some game. Probably. I assume people want some gameplay footage. And not just me rambling about being sick. Had you really never made a single mistake in all that time? Doctrine's all about experience. The longer you've been at it, the better you get. Okay, I don't know if that's true. I remember there was a time, it was like shortly after I got through with high school, that the doctor I went to was this really old guy. I won't say his name, but he was really old. To the point where, to be honest, I'd say he's probably not alive anymore. But he was the type of guy who just always assumed that anything was not a big deal. You'd go and you'd see him, Queen Katie raided with a party of 8! How you doing, Queen Katie? Hang on, I don't think we have any mod here right now, so I will do a shout out for you myself. How you doing, Queen Katie? How was the rest of Reverse 1999? I lurked as long as I could before I had to get ready for the stream. I hope the rest of it went well. Let's see what kind of clip we get here for Queen Katie, then I'll say hi to all of the raiders that are coming in with you. How you doing, Queen Katie? And raiders. Oh.
Do you really want to see the gate for yourself? We won't stop you. We'll even throw you a nice funeral.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's the Reaper. He'll probably have the greatest funeral in the universe organized.
I also feel if you're gonna kill somebody, the least you can do is throw a nice funeral. But thank you, Queen Katie, if there's anybody new. I know that I saw earlier ShinyBot was in your stream, so I don't know if you're back again. If so, hi, ShinyBot. If there's anybody else that's new with Queen Katie's raid, hi, my name is Logan. I've actually got a cold today, so my apologies if I have to pause and cough on occasion or if my energy is a bit lower than usual, but hi! We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, currently alternating between this game, Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit, and Metaphor Refantasio. We are at the moment toward the end of the second to last case in the game, defending our weird teenage girl sidekick, Kay Faraday. And yeah, just good times all around. So how was the rest of Reverse 1999, Queen Katie? Let me read a couple comments in the chat, because that's the other thing, Raiders. If you're new, I read every comment in chat. And so I'm always behind. I am 13 minutes into the stream, and I'm already behind. And right there, I think all the Raiders just left like, this is not a Hoyoverse gacha game. Where's the waifus? Only 2 of the anime girls on screen are hot. I'm only one of the 2. Darn it. I'm not attracted to Hilda Hertz. Oak is, but I'm not. Let's see. Rat says, haha, jump the Lotan. Logan. Oak said, it's the perfect time to stage a prison break. From the basement, not drum. No, it's drum the basement. Oak is drum the basement. Lesbian Wolf says, melatonin is something your body naturally produces that makes you tired, and sleep, the drug, makes you tired quicker. And that's where Oak stabbed me. It was not cool. It was not cool. Anyway, I'll read some more in a minute. Let's actually play some game here. We're pressing all the statements on this cross-examination. Doctrine's all about oh, that's right. What I was saying is, yeah, this is that old doctor that I knew.
Logan, get your guilt game up. Hilda is beautiful. Boo.
I got a cold. May I ask, what is it about her appearance that you find so, alluring? Is it the 3-inch thick, Coke bottle glasses? The wrinkly, droopy flesh? The clear lack of teeth? But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Oak. I do appreciate that. But yeah, I was saying, so this doctor, he's the type of guy that if you went to see him, no matter what was wrong with you, he always had the same thing. He'd say, snort some salt water and take Robitussin DM. The salt water apparently was more of a diagnostic thing. You'd snort it and you'd see if it was a sinus infection, if a bunch of gunk would drain down into the back of your throat. But that's all he ever did. He made being a doctor look like the easiest thing in the world. I'm sure there were probably lots of people who died. Maybe. Or got sick. But yeah. I got really sick. Because he just told me to do that, and then it turned out that I had asthmatic bronchitis. And Robitussin DM did nothing for that. I needed antibiotics. All right, let's play some game here. Doctrine's all about experience. The longer you've been at it, the better you get. If only the same were true of prosecuting. A chairman winner would be the best in the business. But I think we can all agree that's not the case. Is he gonna respond, or is he just gonna be moving his lighter around? He's so distracted by fire. Oh, you really are a devil, Miles. But you're also quite wrong. I've never once made a mistake either. After all, I have people to do that for me. He has people to make mistakes for him? I guess that's one way to have a perfect record. I'm too busy for foul-ups, and luckily for me, I don't have to make them. Isn't having people just grand? Don't you go trying to make doctrine and lawyering sound the same. They ain't nothing alike. Nothing alike, I tell you. ... Me writing something wrong is about as likely as ouch. Okay, I don't know if that's just because Hilda is mean and likes to inflict pain upon poor Needler, or if she was about to say something. So let's see, maybe we press the statement here. We'll find out she was about to say something she wasn't supposed to. The victim appears to have put this raincoat on after sustaining the head injury. Oh, darn it, he's giving details. And yet, there was not a single drop of blood in the chest area of the raincoat. Therefore, she must have been hit in the head before she was stabbed in the chest, making it pre-mortem. Oh, that's ouch! See, looks like she's covering up something. It's suspicious. I'm gonna read some more in the chat. Oak says, I'm doing all right. I'm just very annoyed with my computer with trying to change the boot drive. I remember it was a nightmare for my computer when Clam was helping me do that, so I hope it gets working for you soon, Oak. Oak says, I think I may have to put in my new SSD into my old computer and then install Windows on that and then put the SSD back into my new computer. It sounds like a lot more trouble than it ought to be. Why are there not just like, surely there have been enough people that do this that it ought to have some mechanic or some app in Windows. They're like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Press the button, feed me through the steps, disconnect this, connect this, whatever. And there's where the Queen Katie raid happened. Oak said Katie raid. Lesbian Wolf said that's so not true. As a frequent doctor visitor. Rat says bat raid. Queen Katie said I forgot the raid command. Lol. Oak says I was trying to swap between Logan and Katie's streams, but I have only phones, so it's hard to do. Well, now you don't have to because we're all here together. We can all just stand in a circle, hold hands, sing that song at the end of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Baru Dome, however it goes. It'll be wonderful. We'll understand the true meaning of Christmas. And oh, there is Shiny Bot with some emotes. I don't know if you're still here, Shiny Bot, but it's good to see you. Oak said, I didn't realize Katie was raiding until too late. And Queekie said, I had a good time. Logan knows what happened during my stream with a cute orange-haired girl. She was cute, but I arrived there right as she was participating in a mass execution of a bunch of people. Not as the person being executed. There's a bunch of people, so apparently orange hair is not enough for someone to be nice. Let me check over on YouTube. Opinion says, okay, there's no way that's true. The way we treat people is constantly changing. You don't just do the exact same thing forever. I know, but that's what that doctor did. He's set in his ways, I guess. And he was in his 90s, so. Valtube said, by the way, I just finished the Spirit of Justice's DLC case. Absolute cinema. I loved that Maya was back as the sidekick in that one. So I'm glad you enjoyed it, Valtube. It was a fun case with Thorin Sprocket. And what was her name? The girl who she was cute when her hair got floofy. Crap, what was her name? Soren Sprocket's fiance. They were adorable. So I'm glad you enjoyed it, Valtube. Oh, that's, ouch. Whisper, whisper, whisper. I don't need you to teach me how to suck eggs, young man. Oh, I could suck eggs so well. Believe me, ever since I lost all my teeth, sucking eggs is easier than ever. I once sucked an ostrich egg. It was amazing. The ostrich gave me a tip for it. My dang report already says what you just said, oh, so there we go. Let me guess, we're gonna add that to the statement and then present the coroner's findings to show that it contradicts, and then we'll be good.
Objection!
Ah! Thank you, Oak, for the Seekers Redeem. And again, sorry if my screams aren't as loud and entertaining when I have a cough. I have to be careful with my volume. I have to hold everything back. Otherwise, I'll just hack up a lung right on stream. On the plus side, my abdominal muscles are feeling very, very sore from all the coughing. And so I'm not missing at least that section of the gym for staying home for the gym while I'm sick. Thank you, Toilet Duck. I will save. I'm a good trained Pavlovian dog. So I will save. Oh, back to the top here. Actually, which is the one? One of these I got to make sure that we leave unsaved. It's the one with Tangaroa because I keep accidentally loading that one. But thank you very much, Toilet Duck. I appreciate that. You're report states that the head injury appears to have been sustained post-mortem. Which is the exact opposite of what I just said. Oh, she doesn't even say ouch. She's just resigned to her fate now. Sure. I do like that smug look on her face, though. I diligently dictated that report to Florence here, and she wrote it all down just like I said it. Okay, so the question is, did Florence make an honest mistake and confuse pre-mortem and post-mortem? Or is she secretly, like, being threatened by Excelsius Winter? And so she wrote it wrong. Or did she pass it along correct and Excelsius made the change? If something happened to it after that, were nothing to do with me. Okay, hopefully that means Needler is safe. Even though I don't like Needles, she's cute and has short hair. And so I want her to be not a murderer. I think most of the time when I see an attractive girl, the first thought through my head, well, the very first thought is, hey, there's an attractive girl. The second thought is, gosh, I hope she's not a murderer. Because I don't know about you, that is a deal breaker for me. That is a red flag in my book. Of course, I am chronically single, so I probably ought to pull down that red flag. Maybe that'll help me get a date if I am willing to date murderers. You dictated it. If you could please tell me more. Oh, there we go. Yeah, she did add to her statement. I diligently dictated that report to Florence. Anything after that were nothing to do with me. Okay, that's obviously we're going to present the evidence. Let's press the other statements, though, just for funsies. But first, let me read some more comments in the chat. Let's see, Queegator said, I always make a disclaimer before a raid, like Logan is playing blah, 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 blah. If you're not into it, at least join the raid and dip. That is so nice of you, Queegator. I don't blame anyone for leaving. I just like to make a joke about it. I hope that's okay. I know, like, most of the time people, like, never look at your viewer count. It'll make you sad when the numbers go down. I don't know. I think just make a joke about it. So thank you, Queen Katie. I do appreciate that. And that was super nice of everyone in your Reverse 1999 raid to stick around for the first part and say hi before having to head out, because I don't want to spoil the game for any of them. So thank you so much. Oak said, yes, of those things, especially the no teeth. I'm sorry. Okay, that reminds me of the dirtiest joke Clam ever made. And you guys got to give him a hard time about this. So Clam and I one time were doing an improv scene. And the suggestion for the scene was very simple. It was just that you're picking up ladies at the old folks' home. Okay? And I started the scene. I gave the first line and said, hey, you know what my favorite part about dating 80-year-old ladies is, or something like that. You know my favorite, the best thing. I think that's what, the best thing is about dating 80-year-old ladies. And then Clam, without thinking, because he said in his mind, he was trying to think, I'm just going to pick some random absurd thing about an old person and just say that's good for some reason. And the absurdity will be funny. And so Clam goes, yeah, no teeth. And then as soon as he said that, like, all of us realized the implications of what he was saying. He turned, like, beet red. The audience was howling, because it was obvious that he meant it innocently. But yeah, so you gotta let Clam know. Best thing about dating old ladies, no teeth. Oh, there's a pin message. Oh, pin by Vera. Vera, welcome. Lesbian Wolf says, L.U. Logan, I like my women murderous. I mean, you should be glad. That means that if like, you and I were hanging out, and both, like, trying to pick up the ladies, and we saw a woman who was murderous, we wouldn't be, like, competing over her. It'd be like, all right, the murderer goes to Lesbian Wolf. Then we see one who is not murderous. I'm like, this one's mine. The key to being a good wingman or wing woman, wing person, is not having the same type as the person you're winging. But thank you very much for the pit message, and good to have you here. Did you get here in time for the secret redeem? All right, let's press these remaining 3 statements and then present our evidence.
Hold it!
Just so we're on the same page, what were your conclusions regarding the body? Well, like I said, ouch! I love how she always gives, like, 2 little blinks right afterward. What, huh? Oh, Babanon, gifting a sub to Lesbian Wolf! Thank you so much, Babanon! That is so nice of you, Babanon. How are you doing? How is Gotham? How is Robin? Thank you, Babanon. Lesbian Wolf, you now have, wait, have you subbed before or not? You now have access to our bevy of emotes and the Hey Hey channel on Discord. Let's see. Oh, over on YouTube, let's see. Valtube is saying, thank you for the wingman tip. You know what? I may not be good at getting girls, but I'm good at supporting the bros at getting girls. Supporting the bros with their hoes. But thank you very much, again, Batmanon, for the gifted sub. I appreciate that. Lesbian Wolf says, older doctors can be bad because they believe that they are the best there is, which leads them to just dismissing people. I always worry that when you have an older doctor, it'll be like, oh, you're feeling sick here, drink some Coca-Cola. The cocaine in it will ease the pain. It's like, doc, it doesn't have cocaine anymore in it. And if it did, I shouldn't take cocaine. This is not the 1800s. We realize that cocaine is actually really, really bad for you. Okay, sorry, it was, death from a good hard knock to the noggin. And can you say for certain when that knock happened, Doctor? Well, the fact that that was the cause of death means it happened pre-mortem, definitionally. You can't die after you already died. Gavel. Okay, to be fair, Gavel, you're a judge. You're not a biologist. You maybe don't know that. Pre-mortem, of course. Chest wound happened after the poor girl died. I told Florence that, and she wrote it right down. So that's what it says in my danged report. That may be what you told her, but I think we're finally getting to the truth. And once again, we're just gonna press the other two statements for funsies. Because pressing is the funnest thing you can do to a person. Any of you guys ever pressed somebody?
Hold it!
Oh crap, what'd she say? A lick of sense? Stand by, gain a doctorate file, don't make a lick of sense, something like that. You may not have stood to gain anything from it, but what about your granddaughter? Me? I didn't stand to gain anything either. Whisper, whisper, whisper. Never mind her. What about your little friend over there, She'd stand to gain something for sure. Wait, who's our friend? She? Kay? I hope she's not saying Lotta's our friend. Look at you, trying to accuse my sweet innocent Florence of wrongdoing? Yeah, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. I wish you'd tell that to Chairman Winner. Whisper, whisper, whisper. I'm sorry, every time he says Chairman Winner instead of Excelsius, Persona 3 has ruined the word chairman for me. Anyhow, nobody doctored that report, you hear? Nobody. And that's all she has to say. Nothing funky here.
Hold it!
I don't know, she might be a little funky. I'm gonna be honest, old people sometimes smell weird. It's not like they smell like poo, but they smell old. There is a smell. Did anything stand out as strange to either of you when you were examining the body? Let's see. Oh, well, what's that, Grandma? You start whispering. I can't answer on my own. I can't make my own decisions. Grandma, help me. Whisper, whisper, whisper. Pretty strange young fella showed up, that's for sure. Oh, I hope it's not Eustace. Okay. Because the thing, I know that Eustace is Excelsius's grandson, but I don't want him to be a bad guy. Like, it's like the whole thing from the first Wreck-It Ralph, you know, just because you're a bad guy, it doesn't mean you have to be a bad guy. Like, he is a bad guy, but I don't want him to be a bad guy. He's just dumb. He's dumb and he's full of himself, but I don't want him to be, like, involved in murdering. So I hope that if this is the case, one of two things is true. If he came up, either he intentionally doctored, in which case he is evil, or maybe he's just dumb, and he didn't know the difference between pre and post-mortem. But if he's dumb, that would be kind of a crazy coincidence that just happened to help Excelsius. A strange man? Who? Or maybe it is Excelsius. Maybe Excelsius is just young to Hilda. Dressed like a dang fool he was, all frilly around the neck and such. Oh, that was me. It was me. I'm the strange young man. Or it might have been Franziska. Maybe Hilda Hertz confuses Germans for boys. Tell him I'm talking about him. And the dangest thing of all, even though we all knew the idiot boy was about to get fired, oh, it is me. He still insisted on messing with my scene. That's right. I'm talking about you, Mr. Ruffle-necked ruffian, crimson-suited creep. So Mr. Edgeworth is a ruffian and a creep? Those are not words you need to commit to memory, Kay. Wash your mouth out with soap. How dare you say ruffian? Dr. Hertz, doesn't sound like she's lying. I think you might actually be a ruffian. The neck frill must be overcompensation. No, but she only communicates through her granddaughter. I should probably try to make sure that Nurse Needler is being truthful too. Okay, so we already know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be on that third statement. We're gonna present our evidence. Let's save before we do, in case I'm being dumb. And I'll read a couple more comments in the chat, because we are somehow already half hour into stream, and I miss you all. Oak says, Sanji's cooking, Chopper's doctoring, 4 Kids One Piece opening, peak. Wasn't that the one that had like a rap or something like yo ho ho in a bottle of gum gum or something like that? Well, how'd it go? Quick said in a circle. Is it in a rosy? Oh, we'll do ring around the rosies. Pockets full of posies. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. Oak said the true meaning of Christmas is Hilda her. It's Queen Gator said also we're summoning the circle. Are we doing the circle to summon something? I generally avoid summoning things. I feel like you're usually summoning demons. And I don't think that is the true meaning of Christmas. I could be wrong. Hang on. Over on YouTube, Valtube says, I miss Dual Destinies when you could just press the last statement, then case solved. I just miss Dual Destinies because I miss Fulbright. It's like the greatest character in this franchise. And then says, I agree the 4 Kids One Piece opening is peak. I apparently need to go back and rewatch this. I love some of the voices in the 4 Kids One. I really like, I guess they called him Zolo in it instead of Zoro, but I really liked his voice. Like the way he would shout, Luffy! Like he's so good. But yes, okay, let's present our evidence. No, I'm gonna read a couple comments. That's what I was gonna do. Oak says, I miss Maya. I do too, but supposedly the cameo that I missed in the first game with Phoenix Wright had Phoenix and Maya, so we might see her. But it's up to you. You guys gotta make sure that you know, if it's easily missable, like apparently the one in the first game, prompt me, please. Help me get it. Ras says, oh, I've been meaning to ask, is anyone here an expert in Shin Megami Tensei series? Beowulf is, but Beowulf is not here yet, that I know of. But yes, Beowulf absolutely is. Oak says, Ellen, then Rast, Beowulf would be. Quiggy said, the bride. Ellen Wyatt. Yes, thank you. Okay, Quiggy, Ellen Wyatt. And Rast said, where is Beowulf? Probably not here yet, but I mean, you can always like,
Yeah, yo. Ho, ho. His name is Luffy, that's Monkey. D. Luffy, gonna be king of the pirates? He's made of rubber. How did that happen, yo? Ho, ho. He took a bite of gum. Yeah, yo. His name's Zolo. He's just like a samurai. And a L-A-D-Y. Nummy's not shy. The pirate crew coming through doing their thing. With the king of the pirates, he's gonna be king.
Thank you very much, Oak, for the Beef Long at TTS, the wonderful karaoke of the opening to 4 Kids One Piece. So I knew there was like a yo ho ho and a something gum gum in there. So I missed the rest of it, but thank you very much. Also, I noticed I have a little thing here, an activity feed that usually tells me when those things are happening, like who it goes to, and I just noticed it's not working today. So there, I didn't mean to click on that. So there may be a time or two in the game tonight, the stream tonight, where I may not be as quick to know who gave me TTSs or something like that, because normally it says right there and it's not working, and I don't know why. But yes. Anyway, thank you very much to the Beef Longa TTS. And I should play some game. Present! And it's gonna be, where's the coroner's finding? Where is the coroner's finding? Letter, ticket stub, agenda flower, candelabrum. Oh, that's right. It was a picture of the body. We learned that last time, that the body is the findings. So let's go ahead and present.
Objection!
Shrug, shake my head. Dr. Hertz, I'd like you to take a look at the report for yourself. Oh, I'll need it to. Ouch! Oh, I'll read it too. Oh. I hope that she didn't actually make a mistake. I hope there was foul play. I hate it when, like, the explanation for something like this is just a coincidence, you know? Oh! Whisper. This ain't what I said! This ain't what I said at all! What? What do you mean exactly? Why are you surprised? You figured this out. That is why you presented this evidence. Oh! Blink. Ah! That was elder abuse. I am so sorry that you had to witness that, Oak, but it's also kind of okay because she is into that. I don't know. Oh, blink, blink. Whisper, whisper, whisper. But I can't say that. This game would get an M rating. The only one that got an M rating was Dual Destinies. Oh, okay, I'll say it, but oh, thank you for interrupting me. There were going to be so many F words. And other words that I didn't even know were swears, but I'm pretty sure are bad. Ms. Needler, if you're attempting to bury Dr. Hertz's truth, I will gladly hear her confession myself on behalf of the goddess of justice. Dr. Hertz seems to be telling Judge Gavel something in private. Oh, we don't get to see, like, her whisper. Okay, so this is happening off screen. They're doing something over there. They're whispering around. What? I see. Very well. Allow me to relay to everyone what you have just told me. Quote, ain't no doubt about what I just said. I dictated my findings to Florence, just like I told you I did. And yes, then there were some F words. The fuddle-headed, I'm so sorry I had to say the F word. The fuddle-headed young thing must have wrote it down, or something. There was clearly no G at the end of something. I am so sorry for saying the fuddle-headed word. Oh, fuddle-headed. Wow, that was a great impression! Yes, but was it really necessary? I should check. I wonder if the pitch, because, like, didn't you guys say the pitch of all the typing is different for the characters? I wonder if it was, like, the same pitch as Hilda Hertz's. So, in summary, there is an error in the report. And it was all because of you, Nurse Needler. Don't blame her. She's cute. The true facts have now been shown to be that the head injury occurred prior to the chest wound. The question now, Ms. Needler, is why did you introduce such an error? Okay. If she actually did it, maybe Excelsius threatened her. Just a minute, Verity. You make it sound as if the poor girl did it deliberately. Okay, so it is deliberate. Good. Because otherwise he wouldn't say this. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Let's see. Vero said, whoa, hi, chat. I totally wasn't playing a game and lost track of time. What game were you playing, Vero? Was it fun? Oh, I bet I know it is. I bet it's Fields of Mystria? Is that what you said? The one guy? When I Googled him, I think his name was Ulrich. Vero, are you installing a mod into that game to allow you to romance Ulrich? Be truthful. Quickity says Vero. Oak says Vero. Quickity said I just rated just now. Vero. And then there was Oak with the Secrets Redeem. Rast says Vero. Vero says hi. Lesbian Wolf says yes, let's go. Vero said Bayo isn't always here in chat, but if you're in the Discord server, you can probably at them in the Persona channel. Yeah, because like that's close. Like Shin Megami Tensei is close enough to Persona. So yeah, just like ping Beowulf with a comment in there or something like that. That's a good suggestion from Vero. Oak says, I am poor after secret thing. And then Vero says, I got you. I love how apparently it doesn't matter what price I put on redeems because Vero just gets to refund everybody. I love it. Oak says, I just had to let Logan know Vero was here. Oh, that's what that meant, huh?
That game is so addicting. Also, you're so smart. I didn't even think there would be a mod for it. I will go undercover after stream.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, wait, why do you have to go undercover to find mods? Are perfectly legal, right? Or are they ill-begotten as well? But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Vero. I appreciate that. Part of the whole reason I'd like to get Metal Gear Rising Revengeance is because apparently there's a really good Transformers mod for it. But thank you so much for the 10 bits, Vero. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gallup said, Mom did not have cancer. I put the wrong term. It was a dead humor. Oh yeah, so I assume you mean like a benign tumor. So that is good then, Gallup. Oak says murder isn't that bad. It's fine. I don't know. I'd be opposed to it. Cause like what if she decides to share her hobbies not only with you but on you? Gallup says anyway, I need to sleep. All right, so good night, Gallup. Thank you so much for being here. Sleep well, and again, I hope your mom gets feeling better, and make sure that you take good care of her. Lesbian Wolf says, oh, that was pinned earlier. Oak says, good night, Gallup. Lesbian Wolf says, good night, Gallup. Huh?
It's been 500,000 years. Logan, I am back. I am slayed every demon in Doom. I have waited 3 hours for Kingdom Hearts 1 to download. His brother is romanceable. He isn't, so it would be mad awkward if I just dated him, not undercover.
Okay, so first of all, Gecko and Vero, thank you both for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Slayed every demon in Doom. Actually, it was so funny. When I got to work the other day, before I got sick, there was this one girl who's like it's kind of the same department as me, and I walk into the area and she was like doodling like on her notes and everything. Well, crap, Hollow Knight and Silksong characters. I'm like, oh hey, that's cool. You like video games? Like, what else do you like? Just like Doom. It's like that's quite the juxtaposition. But yes, downloads take so much time. So I am so glad that tonight was not Metaphor, because yesterday I went into Steam and it was like, hey, Metaphor suddenly has an update and you can't play it until you update it, so you're gonna have to update it. And it's like, crap, okay. I had a day off yesterday, so yeah, click to update it. It took like 6 hours. And then after I found out what the update was, it was adding Latin American Spanish language support, which is great, but I don't need it. And it made me like have Steam running an update for 6 hours. It made everything else on my computer run slow. Just to, it's like, why can't you just like let me do these things optional, or just say play the game without the update? But thank you both for the 10 bits. And Vero, does that mean that you're romancing the brother? And what crap? What did you say the brother's name was? I know he said it on Discord, like March or something like that. Marsh? I don't even remember. Are you gonna date both of them? Are you gonna date brothers? Are you gonna be a homewrecker, dividing brother against brother, just like the Civil War? Let's see, over on YouTube, ValTube, I read that from, Toshi says hi, how you doing, Toshi? And ValTube says, hi, welcome, Toshi, how you doing, huh?
Sorry, Logan, I forgot the important part. Boo.
Ah! Thank you for the 10 bits! Wait, so, Gecko, because I'm trying to, so wait, hang on, had you changed your name to that from something else the last time you were here? Now I'm trying to remember. It's like, is this my old friend Gecko, or is this like, if you're saying Boo, is this Nora with a new name? And I'm so confused right now. But thank you so much for the 10 bits. I do try so hard to keep everybody's names filed away in my brain, but every now and then, because like, we also have Lizard, and now we got Gecko here. We got Panic Lizard, and we got Gecko Frenzy. And I was Chaotic. Oh, okay. Welcome. So it is a name change. So there we go. Welcome. Wait, hang on. Chaotic. Wasn't Chaotic Hidden Hand? No. Crap. I am so confused right now. I get everything mixed up. So I'm going to take a sip of soda and pretend like I know everything. I need like an Excel spreadsheet every time someone changes a name so I can just access it. But thank you again for the 10 bits and for the boo. I appreciate that. Good to have you here, Chaotic. Just a minute, Verity. You make it sound as if the poor girl did it deliberately. Whereas it seems to me she just made a little mistake. Pre-mortem, post-mortem, they're practically the same word, don't you think? Except they mean two completely opposite things. This was deliberate, no doubt about it.
Logan forgot who I was.
No!
I'm following.
No, I get so confused whenever people change names. No, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, Chaotic. I am so sorry. I realized that, no, it's Hidden Hand changed his name to Mafiosa, not to Chaotic. I'm sorry. It took me a second. It took my sip of my soda to think that. Yes. So thank you for the 10 bits and for keeping me honest. I'm sorry, but thank you. Over on YouTube, ValTube is saying, how can I join the Discord server? Oh, well, let me help you with that. Here. I'm gonna post, I don't have the command over on YouTube yet, so I'm gonna post this command into Twitch and then copy it over. Here is a link tree, ValTube, that has all the social media stuff, including a Discord invite link. So it should still be active. If you have any problem getting it to work, let me know. And Opinion says, I'm playing Peglin. I always forget how much I like it. I gotta Google that. Then we'll get back to this game. I gotta see what this is. Peglin. Oh, looks like a cute game. It's like a little goblin dude, and he's in a forest surrounded by slimes and tree stumps and birds and things. But then the actual pictures of gameplay look like a pachinko puzzle type of a thing. Huh, looks fun. But I hope you're enjoying it. All right. We should play some game. And again, I'm sorry, Chaotic. I'm so sorry, Chaotic. I'm sorry. I hope you haven't actually left it unfollowed, because then I don't know if you guys saw, I mentioned this on Discord. I reached 1,000 followers the other day. The follower was, let me see if I still have the name over here. It was Dapper Habanero Paint. I assume it's supposed to be like abbreviation for habanero. So Dapper Habanero Paint. Thank you. You were my 1,000th follower. I appreciate you. I don't know if you're lurking and watching this or maybe watching a VOD, but hi, thank you. You're number 1,000.
It's okay, Logan, you're sick and we forgive you.
Dude, okay, so my brain, thank you for the 10 bits. My brain was really sluggish on Tuesday from this illness. There was like at one point where I'm like, okay, I need to like turn off the Wi-Fi on my phone and turn it back on. Because it was one of those things where you had to cycle it out. I'm like, turn it on, it's like, and I put it in airplane mode. It's like, what now, why is this?
Sorry for all the bits, but you need to play Soul Hackers 2. It's by Atmos. It's similar to Persona, but more like Shin Megami Tensei.
Well, I still haven't played any of the Shin Megami Tensei games. Beowulf has recommended, I can't remember if it was Soul Hackers 1 or 2 to me. And they sound good. I added them to the list of games to keep an eye out for. And so thank you very much. I do appreciate the recommendation. And don't apologize for spending bits. I'm not gonna go, oh no, somebody just gave me a dime. I am so upset that I have a tiny bit of extra money. So thank you so much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate it. And I feel like I'll someday get there. It just may take me a long time because, as you can see, it takes me forever to play through games. But I definitely want to try at least one of those mainline games. Maybe a Soul Hacker game. Like, I saw a thing on Steam for it, and it looked really cool. So maybe that, or I know Raido looked really interesting as well. That's the one that's coming back to the Switch 2, right? Which launches in just a few weeks, doesn't it? But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that, Chaotic. Except they mean two completely opposite things. This was deliberate, no doubt about it. Why would she want to change it? Exactly, thanks, Ow, blink, blink. Whisper, whisper, whisper. You won't get away that easy. Explain yourself, young lady. Oh, is Hilda angry at Needler? But Grandma, You submitted a falsified report, an act that led to Kay being accused of murder. You owe us an explanation. Okay, so it sounds like this is probably going to lead to freeing Kay from suspicion. Because yeah, without this, they've got nothing, right? Other than just a lack of another suspect. But we still gotta like find something to pin it on Excelsius. Unless this will be a thing like where Excelsius gets away this chapter and the next chapter is gonna be about nailing him. I can't tell you. Okay, yeah, she's being threatened. Excelsius is maybe gonna get Hilda Hertz fired or killed or something. Not don't want to, but can't. This is really rather unpleasant, don't you think? Ganging up on this poor, considerate girl who's only looking after her grandmother. She has nothing to do with anything. She simply made one tiny mistake, so why not leave it there? Objection, huh?
Plot twist, Logan is the suspect.
I mean, that wouldn't be the first time that happened in a game. I would say what game specifically that happened in, but that would be a big spoiler for that game. But those who were there or played that game, you know the game I'm talking about. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that. Where did you? You know how that like a lot of video games, the closing credits, like a special thanks to you, the player. Instead of a thanks, they should give an accusation. Like, all this happened because of you, the player. This was your fault. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Who'd like that, wouldn't you? Because the only person her testimony would hurt is you. Why, what on earth do you mean, my boy? Seeing as you're now a de facto ex-prosecutor, you're going to need to explain yourself better than that. I'd be happy to. I'll even spell it out for you. Oh crap, I gotta save. Nurse Needler's role in this crime was very important because she's the real murderer, she's the real victim. She is a co-conspirator. I don't want to say she... Oh, I do have a save button here. Hey, Yay. Just in case I'm wrong, I'm assuming co-conspirator. Which makes me sad. Again, she's cute. I don't like the syringes and needles, though. She's a co-conspirator. Now I want to cut over to... Thank you for the Tomcat. I'm assuming that means I need to read some chat. I'll read a couple comments in chat. Sorry that I'm so far behind, but thank you for the Tomcat. Let's see. Rast says, if they can handle a knife, I'm sure it's fine. Besides, many people would tap and attract a killer. I mean, that is true. Wasn't that the whole thing with like Charles Manson, that after he was in prison, he had like a harem of women on the outside that were like sending him love notes and things? Oak says, wait, did Vera do another mass refund? I'm rich again. Vera said, I refunded the Seekers because it was for my sake. Vera said, oh crap, thank you. Vera the goat, for real, for real. We need to get a command that adds a counter of every time chat mentions love for Vera. Oh, we should. Quick said, chat, help me. Should I get chocolate wafers or get a leftover Wendy's Frosty I put in my fridge earlier? What?
I just wanted to torture you. Not sorry.
You were just being chaotic. I do like that your new username has a very similar theme, but just with a real life type of a lizard rather than a Pokemon one. But thank you very much to the 10 bits chaotic. I do appreciate that. And I appreciate the torture as well. Quick 80, I would say the Wendy's Frosty, because those don't last as long. Plus, I mean, if the wafers, if they're the type of wafers I'm thinking of, I think the yellow ones are the best. And the chocolate ones are nice, but they always make me thirsty. Whereas the Wendy's Frosty is just, it's gonna be good. That's gonna be delightful. That's what I vote. Oh, huh? Oh, I thought I heard a beef long a TTS noise, but it was just my imagination. All right, I should play some game. My brain is playing tricks on itself. She's a co-conspirator. Oh, then I want to cut over to Eustace and she's the co-constipator? That sounds unpleasant. Nurse Needler doctored the report in order to cover for her accomplice. Ouch! What is this, the Edgeworth Games gripe with cute girls with short hair? Huh? Huh? Including the last game? Oh, so she's a co-conspirator, this innocent young thing. Do share your grounds for making such a wild accusation, dear boy. The murder couldn't have been committed by one person working on their own. Oh yeah, because didn't we saw a picture of what, like the auction, like it wasn't a photograph, but it was like a drawing of what the auction people looked like. Maybe one of them was Nurse Needler? Oh. Without at least two people, it wouldn't have been possible to move the body, maintain attendee numbers, or doctor. I think it was maintain attendee numbers, because wasn't that thing they said before that Lotta made a big deal about? It's like there was 11 before and 11 after. So let's save again, in case I'm dumb again, because I am frequently dumb multiple times. But I think it was maintain attendee numbers, right? If the auctioneer was the murderer and the victim was one of the attendees, the fact that a witness testified to there being 11 attendees even after the murder doesn't make sense. Huh?
Logan is going insane. Sad face. He's not even talking to a chat. Chat is just in his imagination. Even all this money is in imagination. Logan, it's going to be okay, I promise. Pa, you fell for it.
Oh, okay, oh. Wait, fell for, that was a joke? Or that I thought there was gonna be a boo? But thank you for the 10 bits chaotic. I do appreciate that. That'd be sad. That'd be sad if I one day like look over there and it's like, why is the lamp flat? And then realize this was all fake. None of this ever happened. But thank you for the 10 bits. I should read some more in the chat. Over on YouTube, Opinion says, oh, speaking of, what was it? Peglin saying it's a Peggle roguelike. I don't know what Peggle is. That must be like the puzzle game that you're talking about. Huh?
Appreciation to every Eustace cutting in to talk about how he misunderstood the sentence moment because I just had a hearty laugh over the co-constipation joke. Gosh, please make a compilation when you get to I2 clips.
I was actually thinking about that earlier today. I was like, I wonder if that'll be funny, like to just show repeatedly all those like back to back or something. Like, I hope so. Because sometimes I doubt myself with these things, or I'll make a lot of them. Like, I've been checking the number of duty jokes in Spirit of Justice. There are way too many. I've written down like the time codes for every single one of them, And it's like there are dozens and dozens of them. I'm like, this is going way too long. So I might just pick my favorite of those. But we shall see, Vero. I have been considering it. So that is a possibility. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. And ValTube says, I literally entered the link tree searching the Discord link, and I don't think I found it. I feel so dumb now. Well, let me try this instead. Because we do have a dedicated Discord command over here. Let me try giving you this link. I believe this should be an invite link. So give this a try and see if that works. ValTube. Opinion says, you don't know what Peggle is? Sorry, that's today's lucky 10,000. Okay, I need to Google this. I'm sorry, I will be back to the game, but I need to find out because apparently I'm supposed to know. Peggle. It's a video game. It's a casual puzzle game where players shoot balls to clear orange pegs in a field of colored pegs. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've seen this type of thing. It looks like very similar to Pachinko. But anyway, so okay, I've never played it though. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry for letting you down. But yes, again, thank you for those 10 bits, Vero. I'm gonna need to read some more of the chat in a minute, but I'm getting farther behind. We're already almost an hour into stream. I have done nothing. And crap, I don't want to have Lotta on the screen longer than she has to be. Hey, oh, I gotta, with my cold, it's hard to do this. Hey, watch it. Y'all gotta call my good word into question now too. I love, as I think the one voice I'm dreading possibly having to do with this cold is Fender. I don't know if I'm going to be capable of that. That's not what I meant. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I'm taking you at your word, which means there must be a co-conspirator. I know it's hard, my boy, but sometimes you just have to accept you were wrong.
Objection!
I wasn't wrong. I just hadn't considered the possibility. Oh, hang on. Huh?
Who's this robo boy? Boo.
Ah!
Get off the stage.
Oh.
We want our call back.
Ah!
Boo.
Ah! Thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate that, Oak. I was actually wondering the other day, like, do you think that this channel would be more successful if I did become a VTuber? Like, for realsies? I don't think I'd want to just, because the one that I used for that April Fool's stream was one I just put together using free assets I found online. I probably would need to, like, save up money, and I know it costs, like, hundreds of dollars, if not more than that, to, like, commission a professionally made VTuber rig. So I might not ever be able to even afford it. But is that something that, like, people, do you think that I do better? Because I do like having my face on the screen because I feel like I can convey emotion better that way. Huh?
No. Not my obscure streamer. Don't get famous.
Oh, for a second I thought you were saying, no, don't become a VTuber. But now you just don't want me to become successful and famous? But it'd be nice to, like, be successful, quit my day job, live the dream, buy a giant mansion and invite all my friends to live there forever. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, both of you. I do appreciate that. Once we get some background music, I will read some more in the chat. I wasn't wrong. I just hadn't considered the possibility of the killer having an accomplice. But as soon as we do, things start to fall into place. If the killer's accomplice returned to the auction room in place of the victim, there would indeed have been 11 attendees both before and after the murder. Okay, but then where was Needler the whole time before that? And this makes me sad. She's cute. No. Seeing Vero with the lurk. Thank you for the lurk, Vero. Oak says wafers. Vero said getting munchies. Oak said Vero is a munch. And there was a gifted sub. Thank you again, Batman on. Oak says Batman on. Lesbian Wolf says thanks for the gift sub. Oh my gosh, no way. Oak says feels like it's been a while since Batman has been here. It has. I feel like part of it might be because Batman on gifts a lot of gift subs all at once sometimes. And then you have to wait for them to run out before there's even any more gift subs to give. Lesbian Wolf says, I subbed before. Okay, so then you know the deal. Because I was pretty sure you had, but I wasn't quite sure. So you know the deal then, Lesbian Wolf. Oak says, everyone already has subs. Queen Gator said, my brain won. I'm getting my Frosty. Yeah, my advice, even though you decided that before I gave my advice. Lesbian Wolf says, Batman mentioned autism engaged. Crap, does that mean you have to leave to read DC Comics? I hope you get to say, Lesbian Wolf. Queen Gator said, man, it's amazing how I've been gifted subs for 13 months. Holy cow. Vera says, I return. Welcome back, Vera. Thank you for the unlurk. Cricket said that's over a year. And over on YouTube, Opinion says, sorry, that baffled me. It's so iconic and also like less than a year younger than me. The game, Peggle? I should look this up. I should look it up. Opinion says, it's fun. It looks maybe interesting. I like puzzle games. If that's what, I don't know. I'll look into it. I will look into it. All right. There would indeed have been 11 attendees both before and after the murder. Well, so that's your thinking, is it? It's certainly an intriguing theory. But surely the imposter would have been spotted right away. They're wearing masks, right? Although if he was the killer and with that big long beard, that would have been, yeah, that beard would probably go beyond the bounds of the mask. I don't imagine that Nurse Needler looks strikingly different. Oh, that's right. Wouldn't be replacing the killer. You'd be replacing the victim. That's right. Oh, yeah, because yeah. I don't imagine that Nurse Needler looks strikingly different from the victim in build and stature. So does that mean that the outfit that we found? No, because this was the ringleader's outfit then. So maybe it was put on her later. Do you think Hilda Hertz knows that Needler was the killer? And is like, that's why she was smacking her? It's like, no, because she was like saying, just say it. Do you think they'll let us arrest Hilda Hertz as well so they can still be together in prison? I don't imagine that Nurse Needler looks strikingly different from the victim in build and stature. With the help of a mask, she could very easily have replaced Ms. Ringer without anybody noticing. Well, Nurse Needler, is that what happened? Did you take the victim's place at the auction? Also, I am squishing the head of the man in the stained glass window behind me. Squish. Very, very slowly, but I am crushing his cranium betwixt my fingies. So is she gonna have a breakdown too? I wouldn't do something like... Now tell us, the ringleader, who were they? Offer a deal. Say, we'll go easier on you if you talk. I can't tell you. I just can't. It her grandma, too. She's been banging Excelsius. We live in a studio apartment, so they have no secrets from me. Ow! Whisper. But Grandma! Wait. Don't you worry about me. I can take it. You just tell me everything, child. But Grandma! Wow! She popped. Her glasses also fell out. She had like the squishy little eyes. Because the glasses came off and the hair came down, it's like that scene in old movies where the librarian has glasses and the hair up, takes off glasses, lets the hair down, she gets sexy. Now, Oak, you are allowed to sexualize Hilda Hertz. Up till now, it was not allowed. Now it is fine. Huh?
Logan, I'm about to fight a boss I've been stuck on for 4 hours now. Wish me all the luck. If you don't mean it, I will boo you forever.
I wish you all the luck. I wish you all the luck. Yes. No need to boo me forever. I wish you all the luck. Good luck. Break a leg. You've got this. Believe in the heart of the cards. Good luck. You've got this. So, yes. I hope it goes well. Thank you very much for the 10 bits, Chaotic. I appreciate that. So, I was right. She was an accomplice. Yes, Needler. Why?
Needler, you monster, stop hurting my wife. Also, Hilda, take your clothes off.
Okay, like I said, now that is... Now that is allowed. Now that her glasses came off in the hair. But if the glasses are back on, you got to stop again. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that. But also, so I'm trying to remember, was Needler the one who found Kay? Or was it the Kay wandered into the clinic? That would explain why Needler found Kay. And so then Needler would have been able to plan all the stuff on, oh, this is unfortunate. I'm not really emotionally attached to Needler, but again, she's cute. Well, Ms. Needler, can you explain yourself? What is Eustace doing during all this? I'd like to think that Gavel handed him her phone and he's playing games on it. Yes. Huh? Oh, thank you, Grandma. But I'm all right now. See, Evan, did your hair back up. You're not sexy anymore. I confess it. I changed places with Miss Ringer. But you know what? She and I looked identical. You might even say that she was a dead ringer. Huh? Yeah. See, we have fun. Huh?
You're still sexy, Hilda.
You know, once again, I'm being a good wingman because I'm not into that. So Oak, you can have her, huh?
Eustace is busy following the news of the Skibidi toilet movie.
I was amazed, like, how many of you on Discord the other day hadn't heard about that before. Huh?
He's over in the corner playing Angry Birds.
Oh, you know what he's actually playing? I think it's because that Gavel has a phone where the apps haven't updated for so long that she still has Flappy Bird on it. I'm gonna headcanon that's the... I think he's probably still very good at Angry Birds. But that's Tiff! How you doing, Tiff? And thank you, all three of you, Oak, Vero, and Tiff for the 10 bits each. I appreciate that. And yes, like I said, I was so surprised because I was pretty sure we talked about the Skibidi Toilet movie on stream before. Maybe it was just a while ago and people had forgotten. But yeah, they announced it, I think, like last year-ish. And of course, it's Michael Bay because he's just awful. He's just the worst. I do still have a soft spot in my brain for Armageddon, but I was young when I watched Armageddon, and so maybe like as an adult watching it, I would think it's dumb. But to like a young kid, pop in the old DVD for Armageddon, that's good times right there. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, all three of you. I appreciate that. And I hope some of you appreciated my dead ringer joke. I thought that was funny. Let's see. Opinion says, nice laughing. Toshi says, Eustace having a mental breakdown in the corner while playing Candy Crush. Well, he can't play Candy Crush yet because he's not like a mom. He's not a soccer mom. I'm sorry. Candy Crush feels like a mom game to me. Are there any actual young people who play? If you are a young person and you play Candy Crush, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to insult you by calling you a mom. Valtube says, Gavel being an Angry Bird, Gavel begin an Angry Bird seems logical to me. And maybe she has, Vero, did you know that there's a Transformers Angry Birds game? I don't know if it's still listed in the App Store, but it has a really good opening animation. They even made toys of it, to be honest. Anyway. Hang on, I gotta click this here. All right. I confess it. I changed places with Ms. Ringer. So, you admit that you were working with the ringleader? Yeah, I was helping him. I don't know how, but they found out Ms. Ringer was gonna attack him. Okay, the problem is that does line up with the notes that Kay and Rosie were passing. Wow! That's 2 Seekers in one stream. Thank you, Atlantic, for the Seekers Redeem. Thank you, I appreciate that. How are you doing, Atlantic? Good to see you here. What was I even saying? I was starting to say something. Oh yeah, it lines up with the note saying that Rosie Ringer was gonna try and take revenge on them. And so if that's the case, if they can like bring up a case that she was going to attack them, they might have a justifiable self-defense claim in terms of like the murder. But the cover-up afterward is still a crime, but probably a lesser crime than actual murder. They found out Ms. Ringer was gonna attack them. The culprit was going to be attacked by the victim. They seemed pretty sure it was gonna happen that night, so they made a counter plan. Also, hang on. We should save again and just do this periodically because I think it's been a little while since I've had. Just in case it suddenly like springs a question on me that I don't know the answer to and I lose all my hit points. They wanted to strike first and they wanted me to help them. I was told to go to the storeroom before the auction began and wait there. Now, hold on right there, Missy. I didn't see nothing and my eyes don't lie. So she was hiding. Was she hiding in that box that had the chains around it? If you'd have been there from before the auction, I would have bumped right into you. I was there the whole way through and you weren't there for a bit of it. Well, I'm not lying. Well, that's easy for you to say, but you were lying about altering that report only a few minutes ago. Objection! Okay, and that is actually a valid point. I think there's a word for it in law where that I think defense attorneys, well, I guess anybody who has a testimony that is bad for their client use sometimes, where it's like if you can demonstrate that the person lied about something or is unreliable about something, you can like tell the jury, you can encourage the jury to disregard the whole testimony and say like, look, that was clearly untrue. That was clearly a lie. So you can't trust anything that person said. So that's actually like a legal thing. I don't know what it's called. I'm sure it has some Latin name. I think we're all well aware of the number of potential hiding places in that storeroom. Are we? Where exactly are you trying to say our friend the nurse was hiding? I'm gonna save, because I'm gonna say it's the crate. Because that's like the size of a body, yeah? The crate with the chains on it. The one that I'm still headcanoning is the one that had Mia Fey's clothes in it in Justice for All. Nurse Needler hid here while she was waiting in the storeroom. Where is that? She hid in this guy's horn hole. There we go, the clothes box.
Take that!
I think we got it. She hid inside this clothes box. Oh, she did she? Well, it was there the whole time, even before I moseyed on in. Oh, a poll just appeared. Just on Twitch. I'm sorry, YouTube folks. It's a paid poll. It says, should Logan become a criminal? Yes, it would be funny. Yes, to ruin his life. No, it would be a bummer. No, he'd be too powerful. No, but the mods should. I will vote no. It would be a bummer. Kids, say no to crime. Stay in school. Drink your milk and take your vitamins. Kids at home. I should read some more in the chat because I'm sure I'm getting farther and farther behind already. Let's see. Oak says, Vero, again. Vera says, Oak says, I'm almost at my first subscription, baby. And I'm officially at my follower, baby. I'm going to name it Rufus. I like the name Rufus. Oak says, ad quote, have any of you guys ever pressed somebody? Oak says, me too, bro. And Vero adds, quote, Ras says, lol, those who know from Persona 3, they know. Oak says, chairman winner. What would their ship name be? Oh, for the two chairmen? I think it'd just be chairman, like plural, M-E-N, chairmen. Vero says, chair. Oak says, Ikutsiner. Oak says, Vero, my first thought was to combine both chairmans, but that didn't end well. Chair low-key works, though. Vero said, the sinner part is smart. Oak said, they both are. Vero said, maybe she confuses Germans to boys. Oak said, winner is even speedrunning the journey to purgatory with all that fire. Vero said, every time I hear the word ruffian, I just remember those twin VTubers. Oh yeah, Fuecoco? Didn't they? I think they won like an award for like best VTuber of the year this past year. They're very cute. I like their designs, and I have to admit their little bow thing is adorable. I saw a clip of them playing GTA where they were like driving an ambulance and they had like somebody in the back, and I think they took a turn too fast. The person went flying out of the ambulance. So yes, because that's their like community name, Ruffians. I've always liked the word even before then, but now that's what everybody thinks, I believe. Speaking of VTubers, I mentioned before that I was really sad because my favorite streamer, my favorite VTuber, Gaurgura, graduated a few weeks ago. Well, guess who's coming back under a new indie identity? She's actually not taking the old Senzawa identity from before. She's doing, I think it's like a fish. It's Sameko Saba, I think is what it's called. Which is funny because Same is the Japanese word for shark. And ko, I know that as a prefix can mean like a baby, like a puppy is, I think koinu. You know, Inu. Anyway, she's coming back. I'm excited. I'm very excited for that. I should take a look over on YouTube as well. Opinion says, I don't know if it's even a mom game. Feels like a grandma game to me. Valtube says, I forgot the word player, but that ended up creating a funnier comment. And the poll is done. And the winner is yes to ruin his life with 58% of the vote. Chaotic contributing 3,130 channel points. Second place was no, but the mods should with 42% of the vote, huh?
I win.
Congratulations, then, Chaotic. You win. I guess I gotta turn to... But what kind of crime should I do to ruin my life? Can I just jaywalk? No, because then I might get hit by a car. What's the safest, least bad consequences for ruining my life that will still ruin my life? Crime can I commit? But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I do appreciate that. But yeah, let's see. What was I saying? That, yeah, Valtube said I forgot the word player, but that ended up making the comment funnier. Oh yeah, that's Begin an angry. Oh, because you left out player, huh?
Logan, you're pregnant and in labor. The baby will be born in 10 seconds and you have to come up with a name. What's the baby name you choose? Boo.
Ah! Thank you for the 10 bits. Quick, tell me, we got 3 seconds left. Is it a boy or a girl? Someone tell me. Type in the chat, because I'm going to do a different name if it's a boy or a girl. Different name if it's a boy or a girl. Tell me what name I'm supposed to give it. Okay, I'm not seeing. Sophie if it's a girl. Huh?
Both.
Ah, both. Thank you for the 10 bits. Okay, Sophie and Tyler. I'm assuming they're fraternal twins, a boy and a girl. Sophie and Tyler. Actually, I kind of would like to have a daughter named Sophie. I've always thought that's a really cute name. Because I don't know. I know that usually it's a stereotypical thing that girls do. Am I still like allowed to keep my guy card? It's not a cool guy card because I've never had one of those. But like my guy card, if I admit that I've thought about like, if I had kids, what would I want their names to be? I'm not like dead set on names, like the type of thing where it's like, I'm gonna have 3 kids, they'll be named this, whatever. So part of me would be like, if I can hopefully someday get married and find a girl, you know, we can discuss them together. But I'd like a daughter named Sophie, if I had a daughter. But I think that'd be a really cute name. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, I appreciate that. The 2 sets of 10 bits. Let's see, gotta read some more in the chat though. Toshi was saying, I can confirm I'm an old bag and I play Candy Crush. Valtube says, old bag? Toshi says, if I had $1 for every time criminals hid in a clothes box, I would have $3. Toshi said, the first is pearls. But again, since all those things are like evidence from previous murder cases, I'm gonna headcanon that it is the clothes box from the second Ace Attorney game. It was probably just holding clothes that were murder evidence, but I'm going to say that it was the same box. Okay, I'm gonna play some more, then I'll be back in the chat. Let me have another sip of my drink here. Oh, another poll has appeared. Sigh, I'm sorry, paid. Who's eating the other in utero? Okay, keep in mind, they don't necessarily need to eat the other. You could just absorb the other twin. Like if it's early on enough in gestation. Sophie or Tyler? I'm gonna say Sophie. She will, cause like Tyler, I've thought about that maybe. And that'd be kind of dumb, cause I thought, I'll name it after one of my favorite obscure anime, The Irresponsible Captain Tyler. All that's like spelled with an OR, but whatever. But I don't think I ever find anybody who's also seen The Irresponsible Captain Tyler. It's such a fun anime, except the OVA series afterward. Partway through that, I think the creator of it like passed away or something, and it suddenly has a complete shift in both tone and animation that's just not as fun. Anyway, I should play some game. Probably. Huh, well, it was there the whole time, even before I moseyed on in. Like I done told you, it had all them chains around it. Wanted to hide in there myself, but it was locked up tight, so I had to go elsewhere. So if it was locked, does that mean that Needler was like kidnapped or being held against her will in there? I imagine that's because Nurse Needler was already lying in there by the time you arrived. Was Needler going to be sold at the auction? Was she being human trafficked? That's right, we didn't want anybody to open it or it would have really blown our cover. She's very, like, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed about this confession. So the ringleader told me to climb in and wait until it was time for my part of the plan. Oh, huh?
First time chatter transformation noises.
So thank you for the 10 bits. Okay, so I gotta scroll down to the bottom of the chat. We got a first time chatter. I'm sorry, first time chatter, if this is drawing too much attention to you. But I gotta scroll and find it. Oh, it's Vendigo. I assume it's pronounced Vendigo, because 2 V's. We rated you. Like, what was it, a week or 2 ago? Or something like that? Saying, oh my gosh, yay, glad I could join the stream. Hello, how you doing? Who here remembers when we rated, I can't remember how we're supposed to pronounce it. Because it's like a Wendigo, like the monster, right? But it's also like Wendy's, but with V's. I want to say Vendigo. So yes, welcome! Since this is your first time here, let me give you the rundown on our community. As you know, my name is Logan. Yeah, we rated you high. We stream here Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, currently alternating between this game, Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit, and Metaphor Refantasio, a really fun JRPG for the makers of Persona. So, yeah. And also, let me pop a link tree into the chat. That has all of our social media stuff. Feel free to check it out if you feel so inclined, or ignore it if you want. But it's good to have you here. Welcome. How's your day going? I'm kind of sick today, so I'm having to pause and cough every now and then, and my energy's a bit less than it should be. So I apologize for that. But thank you so much for being here. And the poll is done, and Sophie won with 100% of the vote. Contributing 10 channel points. All right, so Sophie. I feel like I should give some explanation for that poll, but no, there's a baby named Sophie, and she absorbed her her fraternal twin. Can you absorb a twin if it's fraternal? Because then you're not, like, separating. So yeah, I guess she ate her fraternal twin, Tyler. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Vero. And for the Transformers noises. All right, I should play some actual game. So the ringleader told me to climb in and wait until it was time for my part of the plan. And then they wrapped the whole box up in chains. I think they took the elevator downstairs not too long after. It was just before the auction was due to start. Again, she's like being too forthcoming with this information. She doesn't seem worried about the consequences. Maybe what Hilda Hertz whispered to her before is like, don't worry, Excelsius, if he is the culprit, he'll cover it up because he has all the power here. He's the head of the prosecutorial committee. So, as the auction was beginning, you and Ms. Hart would have been the only people in the storeroom. Yeah, I think so. Oh, the other thing I should let Vendigo know. I read every comment in chat. I'm always behind. In fact, that's a good reminder. I should read some chat. I'm very behind in chat. That's why we have that notification as someone gives a TTS. I'm so sorry. I should have said that before. So I'm going to read some chat now. Let's see, Oak says, I like Needler's comically large forehead. It endears me. Chat, are y'all endeared by comically large foreheads? Because I'm just saying, I can fit all my fingers on and still leave room for like one or two other fingers. I have a massive, massive forehead. Vera said, they show up on my For You page from time to time. They're cute. And Vera says, I agree. Lesbian Wolf says, I've been playing SMT5. Vera says, laughing. Oak says he was low-key hitting those notes. Vera says, breakdown. Lesbian Wolf says, whoa, someone called the police elder abuse. Oak said that I'm into that, or Hilda is into that, huh?
Not big enough to make me endeared, sorry man.
Okay, so that's to be bigger. Like, any of you ever watched, there was this cartoon show, it's like an old one from Cartoon Network's like long time ago. I want to say it was like in the 2000s, called Code Lyoko. It was a French cartoon that they dubbed into English, and everybody just had massive foreheads. Go ahead and Google it, Code Lyoko, Lyoko. Massive foreheads, but thank you very much, Vera, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Lesbian Wolf says, Gumshoe, come quick! Vera said, nope, never mind, I thought they had a breakdown. Vera said, laughing that timing. Oh, and there's a clip. Hang on, everybody. For those who are lurking or new to the channel, anytime someone posts a clip into the Twitch chat, we load it up on our clip viewer to watch together. This will also give us a timestamp to tell me how far behind I am in chat. Oh, crap. Oh, no, Vero. It's giving me the error. The video download was canceled. Please try again. It says it's from 1 hour ago. Crap, that's how far behind I am. So it's not working. I don't know why it's been doing this half the time, but it's just not, the links aren't working. I'm so sorry. If you try again and post it in the chat, I'll try and watch it a little bit later. And Lesbian Wolf says, anyone who wants Persona/Shin help, they can ping me on here or like Discord. Okay, so Lesbian Wolf is another SMT expert. And then over on YouTube, Valtube says, I hope we finish the case in this stream. Okay, I should play the game then. Vendigo, this is, I'm always torn between chat and game. So I will play some game. I don't know if we will or not. I think when Katie said there's still one more to be continued part after this, and we're almost halfway through the stream tonight, so I am not entirely convinced that we'll make it. I see at the bottom of the chat overlay that the link was posted again. So let me try and see if I can... Oh, come on. If I can copy this, and I'm gonna try again on this link. Oh, crap, no, that didn't work. It's not letting me copy it for some reason. I'm gonna have to wait till I actually get to it. I'm sorry! Like I said, I'm gonna play some game, though. I'm sure Vendigo's probably already left. It's like, this guy is a mess. He doesn't know how to stream. That's true, I don't. But I hope you're still here, Vendigo, because I remember, here's the thing, I don't follow every single person we raid. I only do that if like someone has good energy and seems like a fun streamer. And so that's why I remembered you, because you had some good streamer energy. The auction proceeded as it always did, until a certain customer came upstairs to complete her purchase. That was when the incident occurred. Okay, so R stands for Rosie Ringer, A stands for... Okay, N is neither. What is A? Oh, the auctioneer. There we go. Ms. Hart overheard the victim and the culprit exchanging words around then. Oh, you betcha. Oh, sorry, my voice from this cold. I'll be better eventually, but my voice is still struggling. Oh, you betcha. I was behind that statue there, shaking like a dang leaf the whole time. In the middle of their quarrel, Ms. Ringer was killed by the auctioneer. With a big X over her. That's how killing works. I imagine that the auctioneer then carried Ms. Ringer's body over to the clothes box. Oh yeah, because did we find blood in the clothes box? I'm trying to remember. Traces of blood were detected inside. So then they swap the two out. Wait. So was it Needler that Hart saw leaving and she's had blood on her hand for moving the body? But then, is Needler the one who attacked Kay? I'm very confused. I guess I should just play the game. The game will explain this. From which Nurse Needler emerged and swapped places with the victim after placing Ms. Ringer's body inside the box. Nurse Needler's role was to pretend to be Ms. Ringer. Okay, no, so she went down. Oh, so... Maybe... Wait. So when did Hart take the picture? Is Rosie Ringer, like, not actually dead, like was just attacked but is not completely dead and then wandered upstairs? The two of them then returned to the room below as if nothing had happened. Does that about sum up what happened in the storeroom, Nurse Needler? Again, when did Hart take her photo then? Yes, in fact, that's exactly what happened. Hold up, so you just waltzed right back on in and nobody noticed? That's two completely different people we're talking about. Well, they had masks and voice changers, so I should read some more in the chat, though, because I am behind. Tiff says fades into existence. Are we talking about Fields of Mystery? Yeah, we were! Vera says Tiff! Tiff says Vero! Vera said, dude, I reached the bottom of the mines and I'm hopeless without the mines. Vera says, I yearn for the mines. Lesbian Wolf says, felt the pain of a long update. Oh, when I was talking earlier about the metaphor update. Tiff says to Vero, level 20. Oak says, I'm so sleepy. Stay with us, Oak. We've just got an hour and a half unless I have to end early because my cough and voice gets too bad. Vera said, nah, I won't romance Marge. He's a tsundere and a meanie. Can guys be tsunderes? I feel like if a male is tsundere, that's just being a jerk. Because like with a girl, it's like, she's adorable, she's pretending she doesn't like that. If it's a guy, it's like, shut up, you jerk. It's a cute girl, you're being mean too. Vera says, yep, now I have to get stuff. Chaotic says, I was chaotic. Vera said, of course, Logan likes orange soda. It's not orange soda, actually. It's, it might look orange on the camera. It's cherry 7-Up and I'm almost out of it.
Speaking of big heads, I was reminded of Shipwire Leader. I've seen so many Transformers artists I follow migrate there and I just can't take it seriously to even give it a chance. Their heads are so ridiculously huge.
Hey, hang on, I need to Google this. I'm not sure what that is. And I will be back to the game in the chat. Shippu Iron Leaguer. Animated series. Oh, I've seen pictures of this. What weirds me out is that their eyeballs have irises in them, even though they're robots. I love the kind of chibi robot design. And so thank you very much, Vera, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. And again, I need to get caught up in chat here. But yeah, Vera said he looks like he would. Well, I do enjoy orange soda. This just doesn't happen to be it. Except for orange crush soda. Because that's caffeinated and it gives me a headache. Wait, no. Sunkissed is the caffeinated. Crush is the good kind. Drink Crush. Sunkissed is caffeinated and gives me a headache. Oak says, I'm going to get a Dr. Pepper to wake me up. Oak says, everyone get him. He's weak and beat him up. Vera said, get behind me, Mr. President. Lesbian Wolf says, nuh-uh, I'm going to pat his head instead. Oh, my head? Right there? Bubba says, I'm playing Peglin as well. Bumbo, you're still here. I wasn't sure if you were still just being a spooky ghost haunting us. Viewer said, Peglin buddies. Lesbian Wolf says, oh my gosh, congrats. Rast says, is Beowulf Wold here? Garlic, how you doing? Says Logan, you've given me your illness. I've got a cold recently. Coincidence? I think not. It's spreading through everybody. So this cold that I have now, I'm pretty sure my brother caught because like last week he was coughing up a lung like crazy and I was trying to keep my distance from him. But I think like one of his, either his niece or one of his nephews was like a carrier and spread it to me. Because now I got it, and the other day I found out that his nephew was also now coughing up a lung like that. So it's spreading. I'm sorry, Garlic. Hope you get feeling better. Rast says, hey, chaotic. Vera said, nope. Les Rule said, Logan, are you getting Rida when it comes out? Is it going to be on other things besides just the Switch 2? Because it'll probably be quite a while before I can afford a Switch 2. Rast says, I got Soul Hackers 2. Should I be using magic or physical skills more? I like using physical. Wait, no. Physical skills. Probably magic, because physical skills use HP, right? Quicket said, which, by the way, apparently the Switch 2 is coming out on June 5th. Guess what else is coming out on that day? Phineas and Ferb's return. Oh, I saw somebody post like a clip of the first episode of the new reboot. Garlic says, Phineas and Ferb, yay! Vera said, oh man, I ran out of tissues, BRB. Oak says, oh yeah, the Phineas and Ferb return. Has anyone seen the new teaser they posted? Quicket said, I did. I'm glad the animation is still somewhat the same. Oak says, it's like a full 4 minutes of the first episode. Lesbian Wolf says, what are you describing is Undertale, Logan. I mean, that depends on your choices, though. Oak said to Queen Katie, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the background blurs, but it's not too invasive. Oh, we're talking about the animation style. And over on YouTube, I should check that out there. See, Toshi says Edgeworth is tsundere, and he's adorable. Okay. But is he tsundere to Phoenix? Maybe what it is that if you're a guy tsundere to a girl, then you're a jerk. If you're a guy tsundere to a guy, then that's still fine. Is that more acceptable? Opinion says, at least 3 people with colds on stream right now. I know, it's awful. And again, this is the 4th time I've gotten sick in the last 6 months. It's not fair. Opinion says, I just took some NyQuil, so we'll see if I last the rest of the stream. On one hand, I really want to see the end of this, but on the other hand, everything feels gross and I'm eepy. Well, make sure that your biggest priority opinion is that you're taking care of yourself and that you're feeling better. I would selfishly prefer you to hang out, but your health is more important than the stream. So if you do need to get some rest, but I hope you get feeling better. And Vera says, I return. Thank you for the unlurk. Oak says, Logan is hearing things. Sickness has turned into auditory hallucinations of beef longa. Quicket said, I devour the Frosty. It was very wonderful. I got the Oreo ones. Beautiful. Please pin if you want to. Do you guys remember there was a time where Wendy's had mix-ins for their Frosties and you could put cookie dough chunks in the chocolate Frosty. It was so good. Quicket said, just like my captions. And Tim for the hydrate. I'll do that right now. First, I'll finish off my soda. And then for actual hydration, I do have some real water here. I'll drink that. I don't know why I tap it like that. I just want to. And thank you very much, Tiff, for the hydrate command. I will get back to the game in a minute, though, I promise. Okay, back to the game. You're telling me not one of the other folks down there at the auction cottoned on? Why would they? The other auction goers had no reason to notice the difference when Nurse Needler entered because she had stolen the victim's clothes, she was using the victim's name, she was imitating the victim, she stole the victim's clothes. So that's why they had to switch later with the... Does that mean we had another naked body in a box? I feel like that happens too often. As we've seen, Ms. Ringer and Nurse Needler are about the same build. What's more, the auction rules required attendees to wear their masks at all times. If Nurse Needler were wearing the same clothes as Ms. Ringer, nobody would have been any the wiser. Nope, and they weren't.
I am so sleepy, I think I must go frown. I will definitely watch the VOD later, but thank you so much for the very Gilf Abuse stream. It made me smile. Love y'all, boo.
Thank you so much for the 10 bits, Oak, and do get some sleep. We'll miss you. It's always more fun having you here than not here. But get some sleep. If you're that tired, you probably need the rest. Just as I was saying, to Opinion, taking care of yourself and your health is much more important than any goofy stuff I'm doing. So get some rest, but thank you so much for being here and for hanging out with us, Oak. I feel like my voice is holding together better than I thought it would. I thought I might have to end at about the 1.5 hour mark, but I feel like I still got some juice in me to keep going. We'll see if I can still make it to the normal 3 hour mark or if I do have to end a little bit early, but we will see. But good night, Oak! Thank you for being here. Sleep well. I borrowed Ms. Ringer's clothes and ouch! Wait a minute. And left the poor child in her smalls? Have you no respect? Oh, no. No, I wore her smalls too. Sorry, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor guy? Smalls is what Grandma calls undies, because her undies are small. No, I wore her smalls. I have to, if I want to get into character. I'm just method like that. No, Grandma, I thought the same thing. It wouldn't be nice to leave her like that. So when the ringleader wasn't looking, I put that raincoat on her. Okay, so that's how the raincoat got on her. So that means that she wasn't dead. That's how the raincoat got on her, and then she got up and headed out. That was before she got stabbed. So that's how Ms. Ringer came to be wearing it. Thus, the auction was able to carry on as before. I guess the part where I caught the red raincoat on film came just after. It must be that it all makes sense. Yeah, so she wasn't actually dead. She left, went up there. Okay. Right after was when I went on over and looked downstairs through the gap in the elevator. Spot me at living happy little auction goers. Then back I snuck to my little hidey hole. Don't tell me you were hiding back there the entire time after that. Well, that is, not exactly. What is it? Did something happen? Well, so maybe I ought to mention this before, but I fell asleep for a few winks after that. Well, passed out. Unconscious, you might say. Well, there's just two different things. Passed out implies there might have been a different cause besides fatigue. What happened? Oh, nothing much. Kind of silly, really, but, oh, there was this sudden loud noise, and it startled me just a little bit, you know. All right, maybe more than a little, but I just witnessed a murder. Can't blame a girl for getting jumpy. What, did she, like, bang her head on the statue or something? Guess I got my heart shook and my head faint. Before I knew it, I was out like a light. By the time I came to, it was the next dang day. And there y'all were, clanking down that ladder. I see. So you were startled by a loud noise and fell unconscious. I don't know, I always feel like when I watch old movies and they have like female characters and like the slightest unpleasant thing happens and like a woman will faint. I don't like it when it's just like, oh, a loud noise. Oh, I'm a woman fainting. Feels a little sexist to me. I suppose that means you don't know what happened after that. Well, not per se, but well, after the auction was over, all the masks were back on the rack. So I reckon the guests done finished up and filed out one by one like they was supposed to. Okay, we should find out if the Jamma Ninja mask was there or not. Let's save in case the game's about to ask me something I feel like it might. Save. And I'll read some more comments in the chat as well. Quiggin says, okay, actually, Pin Logan, that picture is just a flashback imagination by someone while they were explaining the auction. We have not once seen the actual people attendees. I never know whether we have reliable narrators when we see that type of stuff. I like to think that's what they actually look like, but you're probably right, Queen Katie. Vera said praying. Wait, for what? Oak says, shoot balls to get pegs. Oh, for peglin. Well, it sounds gross when you say it that way. Vera says, gotta look out for my boss. Sorry, y'all. Oh, for instituting slow mode. Tiff said, I'm fine with it. Doesn't affect me. Quick said, could you please pin my earlier message? Les Bruno says, there's a lot of things go into becoming a VTuber. I'm sure there is. I mean, I've dabbled. Oak says, I mean, VTubers are usually more successful for smaller streamers. I feel like, okay, but how do you divide that up though, based on whether the VTuber model is an attractive female character? Because I feel like that's kind of what happens with a lot. I mean, some of them are genuinely talented and amazing, like we were talking before about a couple of our favorite ones. But I do feel like sometimes it's just like, okay, here's a streamer who just wants like, there's something pretty to look at while we play games, you know? So I wonder if that affects things. Because I would just have a dude. I'd try and come with like a fun character. Vera said, I'm like those who gatekeep obscure bands. Oak said, we also like seeing your face. Vera said, true, minus the blue eyes. And a timestamp 10101 So I'm 39 minutes behind. Lesbian Wolf says, I started using my Batman RP Tumblr blogs, but I'm still watching. Well, thank you for staying here and not leaving to abandon me for Batman. Huh?
Mailed sundares are generally harder to nail. I do enjoy them when they're done right. I love it when they have initial gruffness and some sort of hostility, but turns out they have a soft side deep down. As reference, I would probably count Armada Starscream as a good mailed tsundere and Powerglide as a...
Oh, and Powerglide is a bad male tsundere, even though they both count as tsunderes, but Starscream being a tsundere was done much better than Powerglide manhandling a story. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I appreciate a Transformers themed TED Talk. Especially one that references Armada Starscream, because he's awesome. I honestly didn't realize you were going to go the Transformers route and was about to say, oh, that sounds like Beast from Beauty and the Beast. But instead, we got a giant robot that transforms into a jet, which is much cool. Beast can't do that. Maybe if the witch who cursed Beast had turned him into a sentient jet, you know, like all the people in the house were furniture, that would have been a much better movie. Beauty in the Plane. Beauty... Or no, she shouldn't be beautiful. Then she could be plain in the plane, but spelled differently. But thank you for the 10 bits. I'm going to stop talking about that. Just because I'm not making sense anymore, I don't think. Let me read a couple more comments, though. Quickie said, the crazy and the wild part about me getting gifts subbed all the time, I don't recall what was the last ad I saw on here, lol. Well, that's good. I wish there was a way I could turn off ads completely for non-subscribers. Oak says, Vero, I'm normally against gatekeeping, but now the Jane Remover has like 500k monthly listeners. I feel like she low-key could have benefited from being gate-kept. And Vera said, I normally don't gatekeep it, honestly. If Logan became popular, he will just be reading chat for 5 hours. What's sad is that if I ever became, like, popular, I wouldn't be able to read chat all the time. I'd probably only be able to read, like paid messages, only be able to respond to, like, paid TTSs or something like that. It'd make me very sad. But that would also probably take a lot of the appeal away from the stream, and then people would stop watching me again. Let me read a couple more comments over in the chat. Oh, just one. Toshi says, Lotta is pro when it comes to witnessing crimes. She can't faint that easily. So do you think she's lying to us again? That she did bang her head? Yeah, let's headcanon that, because I don't like the whole, oh, noise, fainting. Nurse Needler, once the auction had restarted, what exactly were you doing? I was pretending to be Ms. Ringer and placing bids just like the ringleader wanted. So not only are they smugglers and murderers, but they're also conducting, because that is unethical. That is an unethical auction. Having a plant place bids to get the price higher. Does their evil know no bounds? I had to win the clothes box as I'd been instructed. It had a dead body inside after all. Imagine if somebody else had won it. We would have been in real trouble then. Again, she's way too forthcoming about this. There's gonna be like some bad turn. So, you had no idea that the victim had vacated the box in the meantime? No, not until we came back up so I could pay for it. That was when we noticed. The ringleader told me to go look for her right away. Oh, that's me. I'm N in green. Except I found some other girl collapsed at the foot of the ladder instead. Oh, that's gonna be K. K. Yes, she must have fallen from up on the roof and then been knocked unconscious. I guess the victim must have left that hatch wide open, huh? That would explain it. And so then, like, I guess Rosie Ringer succumbed to her injuries up there and died. They dragged her down, stabbed her with a candelabra, and pulled it out to get the blood splatter. But why? Why would they do that on the elevator? Because they wanted to make it look like the committee room was the scene of the crime. Why didn't they just take her down there and then, I don't know. Kay would have been so shocked by seeing Ms. Ringer fall motionless right in front of her that she wouldn't have seen the open hatch and fallen right through it. That explains the noise that caused you to faint as well, Ms. Hart. It was the sound of Kay crash landing onto the storeroom floor. Oh yeah, I suppose. Can't believe something like that done knock me out for so long, though. So in summary, by the time Ms. Needler found Kay, you were already sound asleep behind the statue. I think we've got a good grasp on what occurred up to this point now. Nurse Needler, if you would continue. It's a long info dump, y'all. Sure, so I found Kay, and next I found Miss Ringer, and I put them both in the closed box. In their smalls together. I shipped them. Is that okay? We couldn't risk any of the auction goers seeing them. That would have caused a real hullabaloo. Was that your idea or the ringleader's? Oh, theirs. Is theirs. Oh, okay, because we're not saying if the ringleader's a guy or a girl. For some reason, the way she was like looking at Hilda, I thought it's like Hilda joined in. Hilda and the ringleader conspired together. Dude, what if Hilda is the ringleader? What if we're wrong? It's not Excelsius. What if it's Hilda? Have we considered the possibility that Excelsius might be innocent? But putting the raincoat on Ms. Ringer was my own idea. So I tried to get rid of it before they found out what I'd done. I imagine they were none too pleased when it showed up as a surprise piece of evidence in this case. And lastly, the ringleader and I put her in an auctioneer's outfit we'd prepared. Of course, which completed the deception and made everyone think she was the auctioneer. All in all, the auction finished up without anybody noticing anything. And that was that. No consequences for my actions. Now that we know the extent of your crimes, Nurse Needler. If you have anything further to share, I'd advise you to do so immediately. I wish I could tell you more, but I'm sorry, that's all I know. Oh, except for one other thing. It did seem a little strange, I guess. When I was borrowing Miss Ringer's clothes, I took everything I could. Well, I couldn't take her hair, obviously, so yeah, ouch! Oh, because she had long hair? So what did she... Yeah, she had long hair, so what did she use for long hair? Huh. Whisper, whisper, whisper. You're dang right you couldn't take her hair. What kind of medical professional are you? That's where you draw the line. So taking her clothes was fine. Well, you can always give clothes back. If I like take off your hair and give it back, it's not growing back in here. I should read some more in the chat. I am still so far behind. Let's see. Vera says, I already read that from Vera. Oak says, her fans are actually crazy people. I saw someone make an account shipping Jane Remover with another real-life artist and headcanoning what fetishes they would have. It was really creepy. Vera says, yikes. Lesbian Wolf says, horrifying. Quickett said, I think breakdown incoming. Oak says, and they were like, hard fetishes. Not like making jokes about, oh, laughing, what if she liked feet? It was like very specific and disturbing. Queen Katie says to Oak, thoughts? Lesbian Wolf says, good luck, Gecko. Oak says, honestly, I have not been paying enough attention to the stream because I'm sleepy. Is Needler the culprit? She's an accomplice, apparently. And Garlic says, nah. Rat says, okay, what are people's consensus on Soul Hackers 2? Vera said, I saw some designs about them. I thought it was funny. Hang on, I gotta cough again. I need to get over this cold. It is starting to catch up to me tonight, though. We gotta power through for at least a little bit longer, but we may have to end early. Oak says, redeem a poll, should Logan go get into hard drugs? So it wasn't originally do crime, it was do hard drugs. Yes, be funny, yes, to ruin his life, it'd be a bummer. No, I'm bald, but all the mods should. Yeah, we do not endorse doing drugs hard or otherwise. Yeah, prescription is fine. Over the counter, irresponsibly is fine. Oak said, maybe instead of no, I'm bald, it could be no, he'd be too powerful because otherwise it'd be too close to, it would be a bummer. Vera said, I'm gonna refund that because I don't know if the poll will even let me write that down. Oak says, dang, I'll have to come up with another idea then. Vera says, you got this. Oak says, should Logan become a criminal? There we go. Vera says, got you. Someone is praying for Logan's downfall. Oak says, I'd also like to mention that if anyone votes yes, the mods can still become criminals under Logan. Vera said, yes, the henchman life is calling for me. Garlic says, commit arson. Vera said, now that's another poll. Rast says, tax fraud. Vera says, what crime? Vera says, twins. Lesbian Wolf says, girl. Oak says, who's eating the other twin in utero, Sophie or Tyler? Vera says, oh my gosh, Oak. Lesbian Wolf says, oh, Oak, U-Y, yeah. And Vera says, K. Chaotic redeems a poll, said make a poll about what Logan's baby should be. Logan Jr., Robo-Man Girl, No Baby, or Jeff. I mean, I guess I think we decided they were twins, but I mean, I guess we could do another poll for like the next time. I'm Mpreg. Oak says, do it, Vera. We need it. Vera said, Sophie is standing strong. Oak said, this is my greatest idea ever. Vera said, if you redeem it, then I have to. Oh, and I kind of have to wear Vendigo. I hope I'm saying that right. Vindigo got here. Are you still here in chat? Are you still here in chat? I'm gonna scroll to the bottom. Oh crap, it looks like Vindigo just left. Oh, this is the worst timing. That is the worst timing. I can see saying, okay, I have to head back to work now. Oh, darn it. Darn it! Saying, oh my gosh, yay, glad I could join stream. LOLO. I'm so sorry. I was so far behind. I have failed. I have failed. And over on YouTube, Shingo is here. How you doing, Shingo? Says, I'm setting up my own stream in a new computer. Have forgotten the huge amount of settings. Good on you for streaming often and so much. I gotta say, yeah, starting it out for the first time, it was a lot more involved than I thought it would be. I should play some game, though. Shingo, how you doing? So good to see you. Vendigo, I'm so sorry that I didn't make it before you had to leave. I almost got there, though. I was so close. I was so close. But thank you so much for being here. Maybe if you check the VOD, you'll be able to see, and I feel bad about it. That's where you draw the line. So taking her clothes was okay. Our hair was totally different. The style, the length, everything. Well, I kind of panicked. But the ringleader thought of everything, including wigs. 2 of them, in fact. There was a straight one and a wavy one. They were both stashed in the clothes box. 2 wigs? But why? Did they not know that Rosie Ringer was gonna attack? Because, like, what if the hair color was different? Right? I wondered that too. I thought maybe they were worried she might have changed up her hairstyle. That makes it sound like the ringleader didn't know. Hang on. So her hair, if we look at the body, go back to the body. Looks basically straight. That looks straight to me, right? But if we look at Kay's hair, when it's down, it's more wavy. So maybe the whole thing was that they had somehow intercepted the letters and they knew that Kay and Rosie were both going to come and they didn't know who they were going to have to kill. So they almost killed Kay. So they had 2 wigs, one for Kay and one for Rosie then. I mean, they're slightly different colors too, but oh, that's awful. Anyway, I took the straight one. That was the one that matched her hair on the day. And so that's also why they've got Kay's hair down in her hospital gown, because normally it's up and it's all spiky and weird to show that her hair is naturally wavy. Leaving a wavy wig in the box. But then... So they thought one of the 2 of them was going to come to the auction, huh? Anyway, Nurse Needler's statement data jotted down in my organizer. Needler's description of how she swapped places with Rosie Ringer. And that's everything you know. There's nothing else you'll forget, like such as the identity of the auctioneer, how you know the auctioneer, how you got involved in this. No, huh? Whisper. No, really, Grandma, that is everything. I don't have to tell him about my smalls. And I take it that you really have no idea who the ringleader might be. Sorry, I only know that they were in charge of the auction. I didn't see them without their mask on. And they were pretty careful to keep their identity a secret from everyone. I mean, to be fair, the ringleader had this massive beard. It was so huge it flowed everywhere. Hang on, any of the masks that we saw on the rack, any of them have long, flowy things? No, they don't. Okay. Oh, if I can't get something concrete on them. Oh, well, Miles, are we about done? Oh, sploosh. You've proven the nurse was part of the murder plot, but sadly for you, it doesn't change a whole lot. Like her story proves that it wasn't Kay, because Kay fell from. We know that Kay wasn't the auctioneer, so like at the very least, Kay is free. Because it does nothing to prove that Kay Faraday isn't the ringleader. It does. She was up there. She fell. Yes, it does. It exactly does that. Excelsius. It exactly does the thing you say it doesn't do. And justice must prevail. We can't change the law, even for your sake. Is this it? Am I not going to be able to save Kay? This feels like all those times in Ace Attorney where we get to the point where we have proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that our client is innocent, but we have to keep going because it's like, well, you got to prove who the actual real killer is. And then if you mess up and run out of hit points and lose, the judge still goes, guilty. Because it's like, no.
Objection!
Ah! Was that Cavell? Oh, Francisca! Yay, Franzi to save the day. Francisca, what are you doing here? Crap. Thank you, Toilet Duck. I will save. Also, I am curious as to whether I'll be able to do a German accent with this cold that I have. But thank you very much, Toilet Duck. I'm a good trained Pavlovian dog. Also, I'm going to read a couple more comments in the chat. Lesbian Wolf says, eating your twin in utero, John Constantine coded, or Charles Xavier coded, or Rusty Venture coded. I guess that happens a lot in fiction, come to think of it. Vera said, what timing, laughing, welcome in. And there's a blind command, socials command, schedule command, which you'll notice I updated the schedule. Oak said, eating your twin in utero is Benjamin Chang coded. Wait, who's that? Vendigo says to Vero, thanks, ahaha. I'm on a break at work, so I couldn't join earlier. Vero said, good to have you nonetheless. Lesbian Wolf says, hi. Vendigo, welcome. Vendigo says, thanks, everyone. Glad to be here. I watched your past metaphor stream, and it was so funny seeing your team get cooked by that mini-boss immediately when it was their turn. Yeah, we're just lucky that I don't think Queen Katie was there. She heard about it, because everyone narked on me, like, right away. But yeah, that was not my proudest moment. Vera says, ad quote, she ate her fraternal twin, Taylor. Vera said, yes, it's so fun seeing it fail. I'm still proud of the fact that I pulled that around. I still don't know how I did that, but I turned that into a victory. Vendigo says, also, yes, it's technically pronounced Wendigo, but you can pronounce it with a V. Some people do he. Oak says, no, didn't mean to infect your clip, Vero. Lesbian Wolf says, 124 into stream. So I'm so far behind. Okay, now we can try this clip again and see if we can load up on the clip viewer this time. See if this link works. It's still not working. I'm so sorry. Vera said, here's me trying again. I don't know why it isn't working sometimes. I wish I knew why. I'm so sorry. Vendigo said to Vero, I know, right? Him being like, I grinded a bunch, so we should be good. Well, I mean, I also had mentioned I was very underleveled for there, so I hope I grinded enough, which apparently I didn't. Said 3 out of 4 party members immediately die. Queekita said, Logan's just about to finish the current page, so we're almost there. Soon for the finale of the case. Chaotic said, my poll will be forgotten. Well, so what was it exactly? You were asking, because we had established it was like the 2 twins. You want to know what kind of baby it's going to be, boy, girl, or is it for like a next baby? We can still do that poll if you want. Moonlight says, hi, Logan, hour mark 126. I'm over a half hour behind still. How you doing, Moonlight? So good to see you. Vendigo said, nah, thank you. Glad to hear that. Whenever anyone mentions they played or are playing Metaphor, I get super excited because no one else I know has. Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning that when we rated you. I say as if you're still here, even though I know you left already. Oak said, my partner is thirsting for Toji from Jujutsu Kaisen, which is low-key based. He's hot. But I'm trying to alert him about how many bunnies Toji has killed before he gets too attached. Some of the names in Jujutsu Kaisen, I always get mixed up. So I had to remind myself, oh, okay, is that Toji? Yes, I have a feeling that he probably was very popular. Because there was Toji and I think there was Togo. And I get the two of them mixed up with names. Vera said it's so sad because it's such a good game. Katic says, I followed you, Vendigo. Oak says, Toji has hurt more bunnies than Logan at Baldur's Gate 3. I don't think, did I hurt any bunnies in Baldur's Gate 3? And Vera said, that's literally me with murders on the Yangtze River. Lol. Vendigo said to Vera, for real, I'm trying to get some of my friends to play. Hopefully they'll start eventually. Let me check over on YouTube. Oh, and I'm all caught up over there. So, let's keep playing a little bit more. And let's see if I can do a German accent. Not that I can ever do a good German accent, but we'll see if I can do my usual bad German accent with this cold. Honestly, I don't think it's hurt my voice as much as the last one did, but let's see. As I told you before, Miles Edverse, where the case leads, I follow. Yeah, that was not very good. Curtsy, your dedication is an inspiration to us all. But don't go getting the wrong idea, little brother. I'm only here to deliver the truth regarding the suspect. I'm certainly not here to forgive you. For what? For letting Kay get arrested? For abandoning the way of the prosecutor! Oh, she probably feels so betrayed by that. I understand that. You should thank your former subordinate for what I'm about to share. Ah, yes, please, Edgeworth, still thank Gumshoe. He's a good boy. In his desperation to help Kay Faraday, he gave me a valuable piece of information. Oh? Detective Gumshoe did that. He did a good thing. I'll have to give him a gumshoe snack later. I used to name the snack after his first name, but then realized that sounded like something else. Prepare yourself, Miles Edgeverse, for the final piece of the puzzle. Rosie Ringer's head wound was the first of the injuries she suffered, not the second. Did that blow your mind? This is information that none of you knew. Wow, look at that. It's the first wound. It happened first. You didn't know that. I see you're speechless. When someone says something, you can only be shocked with the mind-blowingness for so long. Say something! Yes, well, there's no easy way to say this, Franziska, but we already proved that ourselves. Sorry, no mind blown this time. You what? Yes, just a few minutes ago. Well, why didn't you say so sooner? You didn't exactly give us a chance. And I suppose you know about the murder weapon, too. Wait, what about the murder weapon? Did I just cough while that was unmuted? I'm so sorry. I thought I muted it. So what about the murder weapon? Like, are we talking about what was used to clobber her over the head? No, not yet. Ha, good. Then listen up. The victim was struck on the head with a blunt object bearing a circular surface. Oh, Vera said, nope, you muted. Okay, because I looked over and I couldn't tell if the light was correct for it. So thank you, Vero. I'm trying not to be gross here. But yeah, I do not know if we'll be able to make it the full 3 hours tonight with the way that this cough is going. But I feel like I'm motoring through pretty well here. The victim was struck on the head with a blunt object bearing a circular surface. Do we have anything in our court record that has a blunt with a circular surface? I don't see anything. I was gonna say the horn was already missing because like the bottom side could be, thank you, Toilet Duck. I will save crap. Is the game gonna ask me, oh, what's the thing? I know. He's gonna go, I know what they see, so I have to show the evidence. Yeah, I don't know what the circular surface could be. Okay, we'll figure this out. We will figure this out, but thank you very much. Quick 80 for the Toilet Duck. I have saved. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I should read a couple more comments in the chat. Lesbian Wolf says, Sojiro in Persona 5 was a tsundere, but for dads. But yeah, and again, he was like that to protagonists. So it was like a guy to another guy. And also to cats. I love the way he's like, oh, don't bring that cat home here. I don't want a cat. But since the cat's here, I'm gonna pamper it. Moonlight says Inuyasha is tsundere. And okay, that is correct. Okay. But Moonlight, I never, that is true. I never really thought of him as a tsundere because I think I always thought of him as kind of a jerk. But that is true. That is very correct. Vera said, I haven't played it, but seeing Logan play it makes me want to get it. Vendigo says, ooh, I have that on my wish list. Looks so cool. Can't wait to play it in the future. Vera said, oh my gosh, more Yangtze River Truther. That fandom is dead. That makes me a little bit less excited to play it if you're like, yeah, the fandom is dead. Nobody wants to see you play that, Logan. I play games on stream to hang out with friends. Quiggita said, yes, please do. It's so good. I even made emotes. Vendigo said, Vero, oh my gosh, you should. It's the first Atlas game I played, and I enjoyed it so much. Les Wolf says, chat, pray for me. My room got too cold, and it triggered my chronic pain, so I can't type anymore without pain. I'm sorry, Lesbian Wolf. I hope you're able to deal with it, or maybe get the room a bit warmer, warm up a bit. Vendigo said, Queen Katie, that's so cool. I love the Ace Attorney game, so I'm definitely interested in playing. Vera said, rest well, Oak. Vendigo said, bye-bye. And then Garlic says, bye, Oak. Okay, so I got to the point where Oak went to bed, and Vera said, me using a reference that Logan will grasp better. There we go, a Transformers one. And there's where Vendigo left, so I gotta be really close to catching up, so I should make sure that we turn slow-mo probably onto a slower amount than it is. I don't know what it is right now, so I'll do 20 seconds. I assume that's less. In fact, actually, I'm gonna go down to 10 seconds. I'm gonna be optimistic that you guys could be responsible slow chatters. Yeah, Vendigo said, okay, I have to head back to work now. Glad I catch you for a little. Hope you have a good rest of your stream. Bye, everyone. Bye, Vendigo. Thank you for being here. Sorry that I didn't get your stuff soon enough. Anyway, I gotta read some more in the chat over on YouTube as well. Opinion says, thanks, Franzi. And Toshi says, Edgeworth quit his job for 1 day, and Gumshoe's salary and efficiency got better. Well, because now he's working for Franziska, and she uses violence. She doesn't use the carrot, she uses the stick. And Edgeworth didn't really use the carrot, he threatened to take the carrot away. Anyway, the victim was struck on the head with a blunt object bearing a circular surface. And the wounds to the chest were actually inflicted post-mortem. A circular surface? Objection. Maybe it was something up on the rooftop, because she got up there and maybe there's yet another person? And you're certain of that, I assume? Your sources are above board? 2 trusted medical professionals reached me the same conclusion independently. You couldn't ask for more. Objection. That's certainly good to know. Unfortunately, you're overstepping your bounds. Avat! I am the prosecutor in charge of Interpol's investigation into the underground auction. And this murder occurred during that auction. It would be negligent of me not to pursue leads pertaining to related parties. Especially the victim. Oh, my. You've really become quite the force to be reckoned with, haven't you, my dear? Then all parties are in agreement. The victim died from a blow to the head. Autopsy report data updated my organized. That was a long time just to update that. That was like an hour ago that we figured out we needed to update that. Death occurred as a result of a heavy blow to the head with a circular object. Chest wounds inflicted post-mortem. Okay, so do we say circular? Do we mean like spherical? Or like cylindrical, like it made a circle impression? Like a gavel. Or like an auctioneer's hammer. Have we seen Excelsius's gavel? Because I assume he has one as the head of this committee. Can we test it for luminol? Sadly, the murder weapon itself has yet to be identified. Based on the shape, I might have an idea or two. But guys, the battery on Gavel's phone just died. Oh, and I was in the middle of a really good run on Submay Cerberus. I didn't mispronounce that. That is our trademark-friendly equivalent. I didn't turn up any other weapon during my investigation. And yet one need only think about the setting and an auctioneer's tools, and the answer should be obvious. An object with a circular surface used in an auction. We're obviously talking about Judge Gavel's hammer. A judge's hammer. I want to save. I want to accuse Gavel. I'm going to save and accuse Gavel. Even if it's going to be the auctioneer's hammer. Gavel. I'm going to say it's Gavel. I want to be... Because I usually like it when bad guys turn out good, but I don't believe the character arc she has had. Judge Gavel's hammer. That's right, Judge Gavel. We are talking about your hammer. Stop. Hammer time. Forgive me, Mr. Edgeworth, but I don't think I follow. How could this be used as a weapon? But you are more than welcome to examine it as closely as you like. Oh, that won't be necessary. I already got more than a face full. Ah, darn it. What am I even puzzling over? If I think about the items an auctioneer uses, the answer readily presents itself. Wait, so what was the murder weapon? Gavel is a weapon? All right, we'll reload that because I knew that was wrong. I thought it'd be maybe a bit more involved than that. Okay, it's the auctioneer's gavel. And then I'll read some more of the chat in a little bit after we do this. The auctioneer's hammer. What would an auctioneer have readily at hand? An auctioneer's hammer, of course. Oh, hang on. Where's Lotta's statement? Didn't she say that when it resumed, everything was the same except there was no longer a gavel slam? I want to say that. Here we go. Auction continued even after Ringer's murder, but the sound of the auctioneer's hammer could no longer be heard, so it was probably either broken or too covered with blood, and they didn't have an opportunity to clean it up, and so they left it behind. So yeah. And so if anybody's like, give me proof, that'll be the proof that we'll present that it was the auctioneer's hammer. But we never found one of those. If the auctioneer was indeed the killer, it does seem a likely candidate for the murder weapon. But without evidence to support your theory, it remains nothing more than that. Oh, I have just the evidence you need right here. I'm gonna save in case I'm wrong. I feel good about this, but I could be dumb. Also, I feel like it was at least a half hour to 45 minutes ago when Quick 80 said, hey, we're almost to the end of this part, and so I don't know if I'm just extra slow or what. Oh, I have just the evidence you need right here. This piece of evidence strongly suggests that the auctioneer's hammer was the murder weapon. Boom, Ms. Hart's statement.
Take that!
Ms. Hart told us something very important about the auction after the murder occurred. She said that the very prominent sound of the auctioneer's hammer could no longer be heard. I got it right. Let me read some more in the chat, though. I said breathe for a second. Let's see. Lesbian Wolf says to Vendigo, have a good day at work. Vera said good luck with work. Hope to catch you soon. Vendigo says thanks everyone. Vera says heart. How many smuggler storylines can we have in AAI games? Quickita said, Logan, the reason why they put the body in the committee room was so the smuggle storeroom would not be found out, I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. But again, okay, so the question is then why? Because it looks like they stabbed her on the elevator. Why not, after the auction is over, take her down, put her in there, and then stab her actually in the committee room instead of stabbing her on the elevator? Because that made it so not only did we find the storeroom, but then when we found traces of blood, we were able to connect the two together definitively, you know? Quickita said, captions, have we considered the possibility that Excelsius might be Guinness? And a timestamp 1:48:28, still almost a half hour behind. Vera said, oh, I forgot why I talked about tsunderes. It was March, he's my too hostile, he's too soon. There's barely any dere. And then Vera said to Queen Katie, psst, psst, psst. Queen Katie says, huh, what? Vera says, spoiler chat, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be. What is that audio from? You know, the don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. And crap, I have no idea what I was talking about a half hour ago. So I don't know why you need to go to the spoiler chat. Vera says, Franzi! And then there's fun karma commands. And Vera said, what commands do we have for her? I gotta scroll in the chat. I gotta scroll. Quickita said, yeah, I clipped that boss from last stream. I was so hyped to share it on Tuesday. Oh, you said you were gonna share a clip. Is that what the clip was? Of that boss fight? I was, like, all the wind went out of my sail with that one attack. I think it was just because Basilio was weak to whatever the element was, and so the guy got to do this massive attack. I was so lucky. I was so lucky. And Vera says, Friday, for sure. Yes, we'll definitely share it tomorrow. Oh, man. I can feel my voice starting to get a little hurt from this. Hang on. Okay. Let me have a sip of water and go back in the game. Also, just curious, have we seen Crystal yet tonight? Because we're not quite to the 2.5 hour mark. But I don't know who we're gonna ask to keep an eye out for raid suggestions later on if Crystal isn't here yet. She said that the very prominent sound of the auctioneer's hammer could no longer be heard. Now, why would that be? I'll tell you why. Because it had just been used in a murder and was covered in the victim's blood. And perhaps some bits of hair, skull fragments, skin flakes. You know, if she had dandruff. It would need to be disposed of, isn't that right? Chairman winner!
Fire, fire. Burning bright, fire, fire, phoenix right.
I'll have the people look into this right away.
Oh, you really are like a dog with a bone, aren't you, dear boy?
Don't talk about that man like that.
But if you can't dedicate yourself to a cause when we are young, when can you,
He seems very confident we'll never find it. Maybe it's in his beard. It's buried in his beard. Very well. A search for the murder weapon will be conducted. In the meantime, this court is in recess. Oh, that's gotta be the to be continued, right? To be continued. Hey! Although it depends on how long this next part is, whether we'll be able to get through the rest of this case tonight. Save my poggers. Yes, save my poggers. Save my poggers. Save my poggers. Yay. Yeah, so Queen Katie, master of the of your backup guide for potato shoutings. Oh, and everybody's out hubba-bibbing again. How close would you say that we are to the end of this now? I know that there's like you have one more page in your guide, you said, but I don't know how long. It sounds like the pages are different lengths.
April 6, Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence, Chamber.
Ooh. Silence in the courtroom, please. Ms. Von Karma, if you would be so kind as to update us on the progress of your search. It's not good news, I'm afraid. The entire big building has been searched from top to bottom, and no auctioneer's hammer was found anywhere. He probably just took it with him when he left. I feel like if I had a murder weapon I need to dispose of, I wouldn't just like leave it somewhere at the scene of the crime. I wouldn't hide it. You'd probably burn it or something. I don't know, is it made of wood? Oh. That is bad news indeed. Then we have no choice but to move ahead with the verdict.
Oh, Sniffle, such a terrible shame. But I suppose only a fool would have left the murder weapon behind. It's certainly not what I'd expect from a first-rate criminal mind.
No, there's just not enough to work with here. I can't justify. I can't carry us any further on my own. Where did I get the word justify reading that? Part of me wonders that maybe this case will end with a sad ending and Kay will get arrested and go to trial, and the next case is going to be us like trying to free her and clear her name. You know, be like a real cliffhanger. I hope that's not the case. Not only because it'd be sad, but I just want Kay to go back to being a fun, you know, whimsical, great thief for next case. I'm the type of guy who wants Surf Dracula to be surfing, not just being stopped from surfing. No, there's just not enough to work with here. I can't carry us any further on my own.
Yes, it really is a tragedy, but such is life, I suppose. I was just thinking back over the defendants I've made plea deals with over the years. People who poured their hearts out to me, who trusted me with every detail of their crimes. And then, when it came to their sentencing, I recommended life in prison every time. For every single one. Oh, if only you could see them. The stupid, dumbfounded looks on their faces.
I don't think that's how plea deals work. I think they are legally binding contracts, aren't they? Like, you sign them. The verdict will now be passed. All present will accept the goddess's word as law. There's nothing more I can do. Kay and I are both. If only we had some proof. Okay, here's what I want to happen. I want to have Gumshoe come swinging into the rescue. Gumshoe save the day. I want Gumshoe ex machina. I never imagined I would be passing judgment on you under such circumstances. The end of the road, huh? By the power vested in me, I now pronounce... Oh, wait. What? Excelsius winner, this court hereby indicts you for your crimes. Hey, she officially had her face turn. Yay. I mean, I would have preferred a Gumshoe save the day. But this is nice. So she's officially had her redemption arc. She is now a good guy. I should read some more in the chat. Let's see. Vera says, you're sorry? Nope. Death. And Vera said, Todo. I think maybe that's what, because there were like so many characters on Jujutsu Kaisen. I do love that anime. But so many characters had like very similar names to each other. Garlic said, have I missed the killer's breakdown? Not yet. I still have my theory for what the killer's breakdown is going to be, assuming obviously it's Excelsius. Because earlier I had a thing where he lit his beard on fire, but he put it out. He's gonna light it, and it's gonna catch and go up in a blaze, and he's gonna be all singed and bald. Vera said, nope, you're good. Good boy, Gummy. Nope, you muted it. And Lesbian Wolf said, my room's a little warmer now. I'm using Windows TTS. Wait, using Windows TTS? Vera said it was 60 seconds before. Quickita said, pretty sure it was on 45 seconds. Vera said, I kept changing it subtly. Don't be mean to her. Garlic said, she has a great arc later. Vera said, she's someone's mother, Eustace. Wait, who? Who is someone's mother? Huh? And Moonlight with a breathe command. Okay, hang on. I will breathe. Oddly enough, because I haven't been able to talk nonstop because of all this coughing, I feel like I'm not getting as bad with the lightheadedness. And Lesbian Wolf, the hydrate command. I will do that right now. Thank you very much, Lesbian Wolf. And I'll also check out YouTube chat in a moment. Let's see. Opinion says the last part of the case is way longer than I remembered. So yeah, we're probably not finishing it tonight then. It's probably safe to say. Crystal said, Crystal, you are here. Well, I was just asking about you earlier. How you doing, Crystal? I said, what you doing? I can't hear, we were talking about Phineas and Ferb earlier. I can't hear that now without thinking of, what's her name? Is it Isabel? Was that the girl who was always like, Phineas, what you doing? An Opinion says, let's go, Gavel. Crystal said, Logan, what the heck? You dancing? I'm sorry, I'll never do that again. That was a mistake. I regret it. Garlic said, don't be suspicious is from Parks and Rec, I think. Okay, I've never actually seen Parks and Rec. I remember, thinking about getting into it, but then I'm like, it's just an Office clone. But then everybody says it's really, really funny. I probably ought to. And then I also, I binged The Office, and then the last season or two of The Office was just disappointing, and it kind of also killed me for that type of thing. I probably ought to watch it. So thank you, Garlic, for clarifying that. Quickita said, don't worry, Logan. Me and Vera were just yapping about Yangtze River in the spoiler chat. Okay. Vera said, I trust you completely, Garlic. Said, I got you raid suggestions incoming. Yeah, because we're close to the 2.5 hour mark, so now is a good time to start keeping an eye for raid suggestions. Crystal. Quickita said, congrats on finishing another page onto the final page of the case. Said, if not tonight, next stream is definitely the final of the case. And Castle says, save your poggers. How you doing, Castle? Good to see you. Hope you guys don't mind. That's one of those things that I only say because it amuses me to say, save your poggers. Yes, save your poggers. I don't know why it amuses me, but yes. And Vera with some raid suggestions. Thank you very much. I will copy these down into my text file over here. We'll make use of those later. I don't know exactly what time later we'll be using these because a lot of the raid or the rest of the stream does depend on how long my voice is going to be holding out for tonight. It's lasted longer than I thought it would, so good on us. Let's cross our fingers, knock on wood, and hope that we make it to the 3 hour mark. Here, a set of raid suggestions are Spear. Oh, they spell out Spear. Oh, and I can see the end of chat in sight. So we're gonna take, I think, slow mode off then, because I am almost caught up to chat before we even reach the 2.5 hour mark. How cray-cray is that? Can't have that happening. I can't be like a responsible, respectable streamer. I should play some game then. Excelsius winner, this court hereby indicts you for your crimes. That? What? Well, now I gotta have her killed too. Huh? What on earth's gotten into you, Verity? Oh, hang on. Remember when Hilda Hertz went and whispered something together with Verity? Maybe they came up with an unofficial plea deal together, and that's why Nurse Needler was so forthcoming with all that information, is that she was going to go easy on her. But again, the question is, though, does Verity want to get Gavel, or does Gavel, why do I call her Verity? Does Gavel want to get Excelsius because she knows he's bad? Or is she also bad, but she just has ambitions and wants his job and needs him out of the way? Huh? What on earth's gotten into you, Verity? I submit for the court's consideration the case file of a certain incident. Namely, the IS-7 incident, a murder that took place 18 years ago. The one of Artie Frost? This is tying into that? But what does that file have to do with... Wait, you mean... Your late night visit to this chamber That was too ... Oh, so maybe it's just that she was investigating that to make sure that... Oh, maybe she was like looking at the accusations against Manfred von Karma or something like that? Precisely. I came here to retrieve these documents. Though sadly, it would seem that I arrived too early to catch the auction itself. When we spoke of the matter before, I implied that I'd come to retrieve files pertaining to your own case. It's weird seeing her on this side. I feel like her hair switched angles, or switched sides it's covering. You'll have to forgive me. That was a ruse to buy myself more time. I 7 incident case file data jotted down my organizer. Details of a murder case from 18 years ago. Okay, hang on. I need to see what these details are. What the heck are you doing, Gavel? You can't just accuse my dad. If he goes to jail, who's gonna microwave my dino nuggies? I know they're made of chicken, but I like to pretend they're made of dinosaur meat, so I can feel powerful. Okay, so we gotta take a look at this. So what details I have? That's just the Artie Frost murder, right? December 24th, 18 years ago, Manfred von Karma, Gregory Edgeworth, Artie Frost, Tangaroa. Oh, what does this have to do with that? Body of Artie Frost discovered in mansion belonging to Samson Tangaroa. Persons of interest, Delicia Scone, Judy Bound, Carmela Gusto. Carmela Gusto and Artie Frost's sons. That's right, we never really dealt with both their sons completely. I was saying that the one kid, he looked like he had a hoodie with like bullhorns or something like that we've seen twice now, might be, but he looks too young to still be his son if it was 18 years ago. Carmela Gusto and Artie Frost's sons would both visit Tangaroa's mansion up through the day before the incident. From that date of the incident onward, their whereabouts are unknown. What if, because that's the whole thing, their whereabouts are unknown. What if one of those two kids is Eustace Winter? No, because the murder was 18 years ago. He's only 17. Darn it. How old is Needler? I was going to say, would it be crazy if, like, Eustace Winter and Kay Faraday were the... No, because we already know who her dad is, so she couldn't be that. Rosie Ringer is probably one of the kids, because I don't think it ever says sons. It probably just says they're kids, right? And when we saw the picture, one of them had a shaved head, but that could be like a little girl. Oh no, it is sons. It is sons. Darn it, never mind. It is sons. I'm trying to figure out what we can play the game and the game will tell us, but I want to be smart. I want to figure it out first. So... Artie Frost, their sons, both. Maybe that's a mistake and we just assumed they were sons. During that case, did they ever mention... I mean, Artie Frost, I think, probably was mentioned as a son. Or, excuse me, Carmel Gusto's. But maybe Artie Frost wasn't. So let's assume maybe we made an assumption that was incorrect. Maybe Artie Frost's son wasn't a son, but it was a daughter, and it was Rosie Ringer. If that's the case, then the revenge that she wants... Because, wait, hang on. How many years ago did she say that she wants to take revenge? Was it 18 years ago, or was it only 12? I can't remember. Good luck getting revenge. What happened 12 years ago? Okay. So this is something, so there's something else that happened 12 years ago. Okay, never mind. I can't figure out what this is all. What the heck are you doing, Gavel? You can't just accuse my dad. Without proper grounds, it's defamation. The game did that one. He meant to say defamation. The game did the thing I usually do as a joke. An excellent observation, Eustace. Oh, it is? And of course, I have the grounds to make such an accusation. 18 years ago, Mr. Manfred von Karma had some details about the victim's body fabricated. Oh, so we're going to say that Excelsius helped with that? But now I'm all hung up on those two sons' whereabouts being unknown again. We've got to get back to them at some point. Details he was forced to fabricate when the sculptor Artie Frost's body went missing. Mein Papa fabricating information. What is the meaning of this? I'm pretending that this is a total shock and a surprise to me. I suppose that would be more believable if he hadn't already been executed for even worse crimes. Never mind. Oh, it's Ian Seidman again! Ian Seidman, the detective originally assigned to the case, did in fact report that the body had gone missing. And we've never seen Ian Seidman. Didn't some of you guys say that we never actually get to see what Ian Seidman looks like? However, it seems that a certain someone wasn't very pleased with Mr. Von Karma and deliberately withheld that information in order to bring him down a few pegs. What? This individual refuses to allow anyone to go against their wishes or to challenge their powers. That's Excelsius, yeah? And they're known to go to extreme lengths in order to bring those who defy them to heel. 18 years ago, they were no different. In fact, they even ordered Dr. Hertz to create a fake autopsy report for the IS-7 incident. So it was Dr. Hertz who did that back then? So, did she confess to that to Gavel when they were whispering? Did she admit to that on the condition that if she admitted that they would go easy on Needler? What? She was responsible for the fake report? Wait, you have to understand, Grandma, she's not a bad person. She's just got no morals. And so that means nothing is bad. She can do whatever she wants. She had to do what he said. She didn't have any choice. Oh, there's a pin message. This is written by Queen Katie. Pinned by Vera said, in-game, when a character is speaking, the noise used as the text appears on the screen usually differs depending on the gender of the speaker. Oh, yeah, there we go. Well, because we talked about that before with Uendo, how it would change depending on whether it was, what was it, Patches or... I can't remember all the characters' names. Said deeper of male and higher pitched of female. Oddly, the tone used for the unseen chief prosecutor... Hang on. Is this gonna be a spoiler that I haven't gotten to yet? I know, look at the bottom chat, said no, it's okay, because I was gonna say we haven't seen a female chief prosecutor. Okay, it says no, it's okay. So thank you very much for the clarification there. I just wasn't sure if maybe that there was something that was like pinned before, like a few minutes before it was ready or something. So thank you very much for the clarification. Deeper of male, higher pitched of female. Oddly, the tone used for the unseen chief prosecutor during Manfred von Karma's flashback to receiving his, hang on, it just closed, I gotta reopen it. Receiving his penalty and turnabout goodbyes is the higher pitch. Oh, so back in the first game is higher pitch, despite clearly being referred to by Von Karma as Mr. Chief Prosecutor, and it being made clear that Excelsius Winner was the individual in AAI2. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I should have given him a high-pitched, squeaky voice. He could have had the Mickey Mouse voice then instead. Well, except his objection is still like, rah, rah, rah. So it sounds like that if he called him Mr. Chief Prosecutor, that was just an error back then? It was a mistake, I guess? So thank you very much. Sorry for my hesitancy there. I appreciate that. Huh. Interesting. Thank you for the fun fact there. Over on YouTube, let's see. Crystal was saying, my cat shark ate my Wi-Fi again. I have no signal on or internet. No! I don't know how you're there then, Crystal. But I'm glad that you're still able to at least be on YouTube even without an internet. Darn that cat shark. Okay, let me read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Vera says, also, Logan, since when are you sponsored by Crunchyroll? Wait, what? Oh, I've seen that at the top of chats, where it says, like, you know, subscribe to Crunchyroll and get rewards. I don't think I'm sponsored by Crunchyroll. I think it's just Crunchyroll doing that with Twitch in general, which I am a Crunchyroll subscriber. I've been thinking of unsubscribing, to be honest, lately, simply because the price went up so much. So I should check to see if I get rewards. So I don't think that's me, sadly. I wish I had some sponsorships. I could use the money. Garlic said, wait, I think the really cool moment is soon. Vera said, yeah, she got him. Lesbian Wolf says, Windows has a text-to-speech app. It's not that good. Oh, that's what you're talking about. That was why Windows TTS. Vera said, wait, how come I can see Crystal? Can't see Crystal. Logan hallucinating? No, she's over on YouTube. She's on the YouTubes. Quickita said, well, sometimes he misreads mine as Crystal, so maybe. Fun fact incoming. Then I gotta pee, lol. Vera said, he's hallucinating. No, she's really there. She's over on YouTube. Like, take a look and see for yourself. I'm not hallucinating. Quickita said, imagine baby Eustace was tasting Gusto's candy, lol. Yeah, so like, Eustace is too young. But the kid we saw with the horn hoodie looks too young too. Again, maybe he's just tiny, maybe he's short. But I hope they address that. If they won't, it won't be the worst unaddressed thing. The worst unaddressed thing is that the Chief Justice's kid died of incuritis. Well, hang on, is Excelsius the Chief Justice? Did Excelsius's son die of incuritis? Was it his son or his grandson? Because that's a game in the future. That's an Apollo Justice. Is Eustace dead in the future of incuritis? I think Eustace is dead in the future of incuritis. That makes me really sad. She had to do what he said. She didn't have any choice. Oh, that's right, because up till now she's only said they. So that implies that at the very least Hilda Hertz knows who it is. Oh, but we already know it's Excelsius. The person in question was the chief prosecutor at the time. Oh, no, because if it's in the future, he's not going to be the chief prosecutor anymore. Somebody else will be the chief prosecutor, so it won't be Eustace who dies. So maybe that means that Edgeworth becomes a chief prosecutor and... No, not chief prosecutor. Chief Justice. Chief Justice! Sorry. That's why they're both chiefs. That's why I got mixed up. Never mind. Eustace is alive and well. Eustace is alive and well. The chief prosecutor 18 years ago? No. The man who gave Papa the first penalty of his career? I thought it would be showing him, but it was Papa. It was my dead Papa. I feel like Papa, that doesn't sound German enough. I need a German name. German word for Papa. Oh, it is Papa. How do you pronounce it in German?
Papa.
Just Papa. Dear Papa. Okay. Excelsius winner, it was you. I noticed when he was silhouetted, this part of his hair looked like a floppy dog ear.
Objection!
Oh no, Eustace, no! What are you talking about? My dad would never do something like that.
Overruled.
I do love that Eustace seems genuinely unaware of all this stuff, so he's hopefully not an actual bad guy too then. I'm sorry, Eustace, but your opinion on the matter is not needed here. Well, Chairman Winner, do you have anything to say for yourself? But if we are nailing him, then who's gonna be the big bad of the next case?
All that nonsense with the body, that was Manfred's doing. Such a willful boy. And the fake autopsy report, Hilda, how could you? I can't believe you naughty kids would do such dishonest things behind my back.
Hold it!
We could just ask her why she did it. She is standing right over there, after all. Crap, is this gonna be where Excelsius pulls out a gun and shoots Hilda or clobbers her with a hammer to shut her up? It's like, oh, I don't know who did that. Wait, Grandma can't. Ouch! She's being blackmailed, right? Grandma, I'm sorry. I knew. That's why I... Right, exactly. If I didn't, everybody would have found out what you did. Oh, so that's what she was being threatened with, was about the falsified... But then what would she have been threatened with in the past? To do the falsified autopsy report? They said he was gonna charge you if I didn't help them with their plan. They said he would, that I just had to do what the auctioneer said. Ah. So, you were coerced into it, were you, Nurse Needler? And just to be clear, the auctioneer was chairman winner, right? We need to stop beating around the bush about this. I'm sorry, but I honestly don't know. The person forcing me to help them was the auctioneer. And they definitely look to be about the same build as the chairman, and have the same long beard as the chairman, and have the same musk, and the same six-pack abdominal muscles in his undershirt. And he frequently referred to himself as Chairman Excelsior's winner, but I never saw their face. So who knows? Well, there must be something. Any detail, no matter how small, will do. Oh, wait! Their mask didn't cover the whole thing. Yeah, the beard! The beard! Yeah, yes! And the part that wasn't covered had a tattoo on it. I remember that much for sure. Is this beard fake? He can't grow that long of a beard overnight. So he had a tattoo. Okay, So when he has this breakdown, and I think his beard's gonna catch on fire, that'll reveal the tattoo? What?
Ringleader's appearance data updated to my organizer.
Also had a tattoo on the part of the face the mask didn't cover. Like, can you tell us what the tattoo is of? A tattoo?
Objection.
Yeah.
It all sounds very dramatic, but I really don't know what you're talking about.
Someone go tug on his beard, see if it's fake.
There's no tattoo anywhere on my face. I think I'd know if there was one, wouldn't you?
It's gonna be like on his chin, right there. It's gonna be a tattoo of a wiener. Very highly inappropriate. That's why he wears the beard.
Which means I can't be the ringleader, no matter how much you might want me to be. I only hope you can figure out who this shameless manipulator might be.
Overruled.
I should also read some more in the chat. Let's see. Quieta said, imagine Baby Eustace was tasting Gusto's candy. Lol. Vera said, Dino meat, yum. Rosie Trans confirmed. Quieta said, but we still need to find out what the thing 12 years ago was, right? Quieta said, gonna post a fun fact here, and then dash to pee. And then Quieta said, no, it's okay. Garlic said, oh, holy cow. I didn't know that about Uendo. Yeah, who was it? Was it Magpie or Vex or somebody pointed out to me when we were doing that case? It was really cool how like the pitch changed for each one. So it was like a different voice for each one. It was really cool. Queen says, okay, now I pee. Salute. We'll see you when you get back, Queen Katie. Vera said, aha, that's it. Phew, Eustace lives. Hey, Crystal, with some raid suggest. Crystal, you made it here. Crystal, please, you're not a hallucination, right? Vera thinks you're a hallucination. Crystal, please tell me that you're real. And I will copy these raid suggestions over to my text file so we can make use of them a little bit. Oh, holy cow! We are 15 minutes away from the 3-hour mark. I didn't realize it had already gotten so late, so thank you very much, Crystal. Vera says, oh my gosh, she's real, see? I wasn't hallucinating nothing. I may be sick and have a cough and be a little bit unwell in the head, but I'm not a hallucinator. And yes, anyway, Crystal says, my internet is finally back. Yay! Welcome back, Crystal's internet. Vera said, it feels like seeing a ghost. Quicket said, okay, I'm back from the bathroom. Crystal, Vera said, the way you wrote this made me laugh out loud. Moonlight says, fun fact, the German word for father is Vater. I heard that was like a thing that, I've heard people try and say that was a hint with Darth Vader in Star Wars. That Darth Vader basically means dark father in German. I still don't know if George Lucas had decided that when he wrote the very first Star Wars movie, Episode 4. So I think it might be a coincidence, but it's a really neat one. Oh, and Crystal with a couple more raid suggestions. I will copy those down as well. Thank you very much, Crystal. And Crystal says, Queen Katie, sup, homies? And the viewer says, a tattoo of a winner. Hang on. Okay, so real talk. We got to have some guesses to what his tattoo is going to be. It could be a gavel. Except, no. Oh, you know what it's going to be? Oh, I know what it's going to be. It's going to be a prosecutor badge. Because he has all the prosecutor badges like all over his jacket, on his coat. It's going to be a tattoo of a prosecutor's badge. So go ahead, bookmark that, whatever you want, whisper in your spoiler chat, that is what it's going to be. It's going to be a tattoo of a prosecutor badge. Oh, and over on YouTube, Toshi says, a man with the same build as winner and a tattoo? You mean K? Hang on, I got a really bad cough. Wow, that one got me a little bit lightheaded. I should play some game. When did Kei's dad die? Did he have a tattoo? Did he have a Yatagarasu tattoo? Did he die before yesterday? Could it be Kei's dad? But it's weird that he has a beard, and with that mask, it clearly wouldn't cover the bottom half of the face, and so you'd think that Nurse Needler would be able to say he had a beard. So we should check and see if the beard is fake. I am very confused by that. Anyway, Crystal says, Tavira, who's real? Who's ghost? Tavira said, not a wiener. You. Crystal said, I'm a ghost. I died. Quigita said, then yep, Sunday will be the case for finisher. Hype. Okay, we'll get back to the game then. See how far we can get in the last, 15 minutes of the stream tonight. Your contempt for this courtroom is an insult to the goddess. Are you sure it's not you who's feeling insulted here? I am not the only one who has been trying to bring you to justice. Ms. Ringer has been trying too. So do you think that Judge Gavelle was in on that, the conspiracy, for lack of a better word, that Kay and Rosie Ringer had? And maybe the wavy wig wasn't for Kay, but was for Gavelle. No, because that would be a very specific kind of wavy thing. Even a lot of hard to be like, it had lightning bolts in it. I still think the other wig was for Kay. And I refuse to let her sacrifice be in vain. So she's just been pretending to be a bad guy this whole time. Young Rosie was looking to take me down, you say? But why? I barely knew her. Sniffle, sniffle. Murder her? I barely knew her. Yes, no, okay. I've always had a certain magnetic charm, but I don't remember ever catching that particular eye. You barely knew the victim? Why, I do believe that is a new statement. Are we gonna do a cross-examination now? The goddess demands that you offer your full testimony on the record. Oh. So that's how this is going to go, hmm? You mean to hound me until I finally break? Well, if that's the way you want to play it, Sploosh, fine. I'll destroy you all. Every last one of you! Mr. Edgeworth, please allow me to work with you on this one. Oh, a woman? I doubt we'll get another chance to put him on the stand. So let's make the most of this opportunity. Oh, a pin message! Written by Queen Katie, pinned by Vera. I will say this, though, Logan. This is the final testimony of the case, so take that as you will. I'm guessing that means after this testimony, we'll either have a lot of cutscene. Not like cutscene, but like a lot of dialogue and explaining stuff like that huge info dump that we had with Needler earlier. Or it'll just be a lot of stuff, well, and I know this evidence without an actual testimony. So thank you. So only one cross-examination. So yeah, I think we'll be able to get through this case next time. So then after that, we'll enter the final case where you guys have said is the Phoenix Wright cameo. And I'm hoping we'll have more Penny Nichols. That tiny bit we got of her before was not enough. So let's make the most of this opportunity. Of course, Your Honor. I wouldn't have it any other way. Yes, you would. You'd wish you were shoulder to shoulder with that man. Miles! Now, Chairman Winner, you will tell this court everything you know about Ms. Ringer. But it's still just Edgeworth's eyes.
Everything I know about Miss Ringer.
All right, let's save and read a little more of the chat. I like the music for this. Sounds exciting, like we're coming to a climax for the case or something like that. Read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Let's see. Viewer says, can we draw over his chin next time? Like me or all of you? Do we want to like have everybody submit tattoo ideas drawn on his chin? Or do you just want me to do that next time? We could totally do that. Viewer said that K-joke was so good it almost killed him? Wait, what K-joke? What was the K-joke? Crystal said, I'll watch the VOD later. Lol. Also, any typos? I feel like there was, but I don't think anybody really drew attention to them. So sadly, probably no. I'm sorry, Crystal. Viewer said, nuh-uh, contempt of court Transformers reference gets shot. Crystal says, I'm checking the VOD for typos. Sorry, I still coughing so much. Okay, let's see the testimony.
Young Rosie was a member of the committee, of course. But we never really had any personal interactions, at least none that I remember. I had no motive to murder that poor girl whatsoever.
We don't need your motive for killing her. We need her motive for taking you down. Because Needler said that, like, you got wind of it. Oh, but does that mean there was a traitor who let him know?
And I have absolutely no idea why she was after me.
So you don't mean to accept your part in any of this? Of course he doesn't. He isn't guilty. He is 100% incompetent. What? Oh, I'm sorry. No. 100% incontinent. There. I got it on the second try. On try number 2. How could he be? He's my dad, the winner of winners.
That's very kind of you, Eustace, but you'll need more than mere words if you plan to cover for me.
Right, you got it. I won't let them pin this on you. I believe in you, Dad. You'll beat Edgeworth. I know you will.
Yes, you're such a sweet, simple child.
He really loves his dad, huh? Yeah, it makes me feel bad for Eustace throughout all this. But there's no excuse for him to ignore his father's crimes. You, Franziska, you were the one earlier. It's like, what, my father, Papa, falsifying evidence, what? You Ha! No matter how much he respects him. Regardless of their station in life, all criminals will be made to atone for their sins in time. This won't be easy on Mr. Winner. Which Mr. Winner? On Eustace? I'm assuming he means Eustace. The Chairman Winner would be the older one. The Mr. is just the 17-year-old. I bet in Japanese it was probably like Winner Kun, Winner Chan, or whatever his Japanese name was. I don't remember. But it has to be done. We can't let his father get away with this.
Everything I know about Miss Ringer, rebuttal.
Okay, you guys know the drill. We always save when we get to this point. And then we will press every single statement and then figure out where the evidence goes. Oh, wait, did I exit out of that before it finished saving? I can't remember. I should read a couple more in the chat. In fact, I can probably catch up fully to chat. Let's see, that was pinned earlier. Viewer said, I love the sick guitar so much every time I hear it. Yeah, this music, they do well with the music in these games. Quick 80 says, Clavier came early, lol. Viewer said, has the same build as Excelsius and a tattoo, must be K. Oh, then that was Toshi's joke. I can't even take credit for it. So you hear that, Toshi? Vero enjoyed your joke quite a bit. Oh, speaking of Toshi, there's another comment over on YouTube. Oh, it's just Crystal posting the link tree. Thank you very much, Crystal. You saved me the trouble. I'll let you all know more about what that is in a little bit here. Veer said, that's his only role nowadays. I love you forever and every Eustace ever. Don't tell Crystal. Well, I feel like a typo of every forever That's good. That is another word, so it's kind of hard to really put that in a typo thing. Quickie said, oh, I love Franzi being a parallel to Eustace. I mean, it is neat that they're doing that. The idea that both of them are refusing to see their fathers for who they really are and what they've done. But it's also like, it's a little hypocritical for Franziska to like harp on him for that. But that's Franzi for ya. Crystal says, I'll watch VOD. That typo will not escape. Again, I think I could be wrong though. Vera said, nuh-uh. And then Vera said, me too. And there, 2 hours, 55 minutes, and 38 seconds. I caught up to chat for the first time of the night. Yeah, and I need to cough again. Hang on. Oh my goodness, I was feeling so much better with this cough earlier today. I hope that the stream isn't making it worse. But yeah, okay. By the way, we are getting close to the 3-hour mark. I would say last call for raid suggestions, but to be totally honest, we've got like plenty of raid suggestions, so we are probably fine. I just got to make sure that some of them are still live, because it looks like some of them have gone offline because it was so long ago. But I want to give anybody who is lurking, as we get ready to soon wind down, I want to give you all the rundown on the channel and what's what here. So, we stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. We are alternating between this game, Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit, and Metaphor Refantasio. So that means tomorrow is going to be Metaphor. And we're getting really close to like a big deal point in that, where we're going after, it sounded like we're going to fight the main bad guy. I don't think we're necessarily going to defeat the main bad guy right away, but it may be happening soon. So exciting things are going to be happening there. And of all these raid suggestions, one of them has a really cute VTuber avatar, but is currently BRB, so I guess we won't be doing that one. So I'm going to pick out one of these. Hang on, I got a cough again, but I'm using my mouse. Oh, but I also got to mention, for those who, if anyone is lurking over on YouTube, I just gotta breathe for a second. Hang on, give me a second. I've been talking nonstop for 3 hours. So you see Crystal post that link tree over there. It's also a little bit earlier here in the Twitch channel. That has all of my social media stuff, including a Discord invite link, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, all the good stuff. So feel free to check those things out and make use of them as you see fit, or ignore them. It is entirely up to you. There's never any pressure. We do have a really awesome community on Discord. It's a small community, but everybody's really cool, so feel free to check that out if you feel so inclined. And as you can see, Vera from posting the schedule there, I did update it this week here. Let's see, Vera said that's why Miles saves them both. Oh, do you think he sees a little bit of Franziska in Eustace? Oh crap, dang it, that's actually really sweet. He could feel like a big brother to Eustace. That's actually really fun. Vera said, you made it to 3 hours. Nice, I'm technically still 2 minutes away, but yeah. Castle says, oh, rest your throat. Hope you feel better soon. I do too. I am excited for Metaphor tomorrow, though. But we will see. I will do my best to be rested tomorrow. Vera said, see you tomorrow, if you're up to it. If there are any changes to the schedule, if my voice is just thrashed tomorrow, and if I have to, like, cancel out of that, I will post on Discord about that. Let me triple check to make sure that I did save. I'm pretty sure that I saved here. We'll probably end up starting next time with this cross-examination. So let's go ahead and X out of this. And then let me go ahead and initiate a raid here. Although if I do it now, I'm not sure, how long does a raid usually take to populate? Is it 1 minute or 2 minutes? Do I need to wait until we're more than, or less than 1 minute away to like, let the VOD go over the 3 hour mark? But we're picking out somebody who has just 2 viewers and is currently playing Bayonetta, and is doing what I assume is a boss fight, a really elaborate looking boss. It looks cool. I've never played any of the Bayonetta games. So we'll go ahead and initiate that. And here is our raid message there. So we can all copy that over to our clipboards. Crystal said, thank you for the very Hilda stream. See y'all next time, hopefully for a very fun clip. I'm looking forward to it, even though now I know what it's going to be, but I'm still looking forward to it because that was a fun moment. Vera said, thank you for the very wiener stream. Thank you, Tomcat, for interrupting me before I had a chance to have Vera say, winner. It made me smile. Thank you, Rukov, you're back. Welcome back, Rukov. I don't know if maybe that means you can't sleep, but it's good to see you, Rukov. I hope that everything's doing well. Sorry, I keep having to pause to cough. I'm sure it's gross. I apologize to lurkers if that's chased any of you away. And again, we got to figure out what I'm going to do now that I reached 1K followers on Twitch. We need to do something special. We've talked about a bunch of ideas. I know Rukop did a poll. We'll do something eventually after we get another like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 followers to make sure it's not going to dip back down below 1,000. Garlic said, thank you for the very stream. Vera said, rest up, Mr. Logan, sir. Thank you all. I love and appreciate you all. Thank you for hanging out with me. You guys are the best community I could ever ask for. You guys get some good sleep tonight as well, or have a great day for those who are on the other side of the world. And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for Metaphor Refantasio. I'm excited. And we'll pick up on Sunday where we're leaving off now. But for right now, everybody enjoy the raid. Good night. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. And for those watching the VOD or over on YouTube, good night as well.